We're going to try that again, ladies and gentlemen. We were on mute. That's my apologies. Nonetheless, Stags will be taking on the Saints here in the second of three. We're going to do a little bit of an abbreviated pregame show here after we just realized that. Apologies for that. I'm Andrew Jameson alongside Colin Lynch. Should be a fun matchup here after the Stags took the first game yesterday 9-2 and moved into a tie for second place in the MAC with Niagara after the loss to Ryder yesterday 4-0.
Yeah, this will be the second game of the series as stated, and we have Blake Helmstetter on the mound for your Fairfield Stags. On the mound for Siena is Noah Rodriguez. Both these pitchers did go to Don Bosco Prep. Helmstetter is a transfer from Iona, and as the Stags look to get another MAC series win here, they have yesterday we had Baker Bowen on the mound, the lefty, and we'll back it up with Helmstetter, the lefty, here today.
Stags, big reasons why they won yesterday was their ability to hit with runners on and runners in scoring position, whereas Siena did threaten from time to time but was unable to drive runs in, as evident by the Nick Storino 3-run bomb and then Bergevin's 2-run bomb to ice the game and put it definitively out of reach. We'll be right back for first pitch as Stags are taking the field. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Don and Chris Cook Field. Once again, the pregame ceremony honoring Don and Chris Cook Field. Stags looking to win on their behalf today, trying to take the first two out of the three-game set versus the Siena Saints. Let's take a look at Siena's starting lineup. A little bit of a switch at top today with Danny Barbero, designated hitter, leading off. Rarely do you see a designated hitter leading off in baseball. However, he has a great ability to get on base. Siena definitely wants a better offensive output. They think he's going to get on base and potentially drive in runs for the next three guys, which were honestly the focal point of yesterday's offense in Hine, Figueroa, and Rochelle. Two of their RBIs coming from Figueroa on that suicide squeeze, and then Rochelle who had a great game yesterday with that triple.
Yeah, also they have Nick Bergamato. He'll be batting in the 5 spot today. He had 4 base knocks yesterday. Bowen and the supporting staff of Fairfield's pitching just couldn't seem to get him out.
Yeah, no, definitely something to hold on to. You figure in a second game set, you tweak mechanics a little bit, maybe game plan a little bit different approach. However, there are 3 new guys in the Siena lineup. We'll get to those in a little bit. Gunnar Mellon, the right fielder, Willie Schwark, the catcher, and Nolan Rodriguez, who is pitching today. The Stags lineup is the same, except Blake Helmstetter is on the mound. His first pitch will be just about now.
Now his first pitch is about to be underway. As we stated, the DH, number 8, Danny Barbero, will be leading off against the lefty and Blake Helmstetter. First pitch at bat is a fastball that just hits the top of the zone for strike one.
Homesteader comes into the game today sporting a 4.74 ERA, a 1.36 WHIP, 52 strikeouts to 19 walks. Certainly a great ratio there.
Yeah, for sure. And Blake Helmstetter gets out ahead early as this second pitch is hit foul down the third baseline. As the third pitch at bat misses outside and high, the count goes to 1-2 here to DH Barbero.
Despite his 4-4 record on the season, Helmster has been effective for the Stags through that no-hitter in that game against FGCU.
Yeah. As the fourth pitch at bat is ripped foul down the line by Barbero, he'll stay alive here with the 1-2 count.
Looking at the defensive lineman for the Stags today, it's the same as yesterday with Ferrara, Namura, Sellinger, and Bergevin.
That fastball misses high there from Helmster. Up with the count even here at 2-2.
In the outfield, it is Nick Storino, Paul Catalano, and Matt Bucciero. Hibbard behind the plate. Tyler Kipp going to DH this one again.
Yeah, and as the next pitch at bat, Barbero fouls that one down the line on the third base side to stay alive here. Count's still the same here. Helmstetter from the windup. Deals, and that pitch just misses to put the count full here to the leadoff man in Barbero. The delivery from Helmstetter. That is swung on and missed. Barbero whiffs on a nice off-speed pitch by number 3, Blake Helmstetter, the lefty starting pitcher for Fairfield.
One batter, one strikeout, one out. Can't ask for a much better start. Helmstetter's stuff looks good to begin as Randall Hine will be stepping up.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch did have some great movement on it. Had Barbero lunging a little bit for it. And the first pitch at bat to Hine is a fastball blown by Hine with a swing and a miss.
Hine sporting a 280 average coming into today's game. Good on base guy, hit 435 OBP, OPS just under 800.
And that second pitch fastball is looked into the mitt by Hine. I'll put him down quick here, 0-2.
Hine went 2 of 4 in yesterday's game with a run and an RBI.
As the third pitch of the bat is lifted into center field, Catalano streaming in. He'll get under that and catch it out in center field for the second out of this inning.
Quick and efficient, Helmstetter has been through the first 2 batters. If you can get through this chunk of the Siena order, that's got to do wonders for confidence if you're Helmstetter to get those bats back up.
Yeah, for sure. Getting out of this top half of the inning here, 1-2-3 will be a great deal of work here for Helmstetter. As the first pitch at bat by Figueroa is lifted into right field a mile high, Bucciero ranges under it, and it will catch that for the third out, ending the top of the first here at Cook Field.
Yeah, certainly a quick 1-2-3 inning. The bats are hot for Fairfield, and they're up sooner rather than later. Those boys are buzzing.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. For Dean Farrar, Luke Namura, and Matt Bucciero will lead it off in the bottom of the first. Welcome back, folks, here to Cookfield, where your Fairfield Stags and Blake Helmser went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. And now Dean Farrar, the third baseman, will step up to the plate here in the bottom of the first to lead it off.
Farrar has been a monster, to say the least, offensively, leading the Stags in average with a .405 clip, slugging .683, and OPS over 1,000.
As the first pitch from Rodriguez is grounded to second over to Figueroa, and he'll throw down to Bergamato for the first out in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and the out would bobbled on the transfer nonetheless. And out, one pitch, one out. Can't get much better there for Rodriguez. And Fairfield scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings yesterday. If Siena can get off to a hot start, an effective one, on the pitching side of things, that's got to do wonders for momentum as well for Siena on the other hand.
Yeah, for sure. And with that put out by Figueroa from second to first, that'll bring up the shortstop and Luke Nomura. And the first pitch at bat from Rodriguez is striped in there, looked at by Nomura for a called strike one.
Nomura did not have the best game yesterday, had a golden sombrero. That is 4 strikeouts.
As the second pitch to that bat is inside for ball 1. Yeah, Luke Nomura definitely looking to escape yesterday's stat line and put up some good numbers here today for the Stags.
Still putting up a quality season, 7 homers, 20 RBIs on the season, a plus 300 hitter.
And that the third pitch of the bat is hit out of play into Rafferty Stadium. Noah Rodriguez, the junior right-handed pitcher out of Don Bosco Prep, is working out of the stretch here, folks. No one on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The fourth pitch of that bat is fouled back into the netting by Nomura. And the 1-2. That is fouled just out of play down the first base side.
Looking at some advanced metrics for Rodriguez coming into today's game. 1-2 record. He has a 5.13 ERA with a 1.6 WHIP, 17 strikeouts to 10 walks.
Count still 1-2 here to Nomura. That pitch is in the lefty's batter's box to Nomura. That'll put the count here to 2-2.
You saw the Stags, especially in those first 2 innings yesterday, work the count and wait for the right pitches. 2 walks in that first inning, along with a hit by pitch. 2 of those runs scoring on a Zach Selinger 2-run single. Expect the Stags to work the count here today also.
And the 2-2 delivery from Rodriguez is swung on and missed by Selinger. That'll be Rodriguez's first strikeout of the game and the second out here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and I mentioned yesterday, pitchers love the heat as the put-away pitch. Rodriguez fools him with the off-speed there, had Nomura chasing 1 in the dirt for the second out. Rodriguez's first strikeout of the game.
Yeah, and with that strikeout by Rodriguez, that'll bring up the right fielder, number 17, Matt Bouchera. First pitch of that bat by Rodriguez is a fastball looked at by Bouchera for strike 1.
Bouchera had a modest game yesterday, just 1 of 3, drew 2 walks, and scored a run on the Storino 3-run bomb.
The 0-1 from Rodriguez is swung on and missed by Bouchera, putting the count here to 0-2. Rodriguez has room to work here with the 0-2 count. And the delivery. Fastball misses high to Bouchera.
If Bouchera is to reach the number 31, the Fairfield's catcher, Ethan Hibbard, will be on deck.
The 1-2 from Rodriguez is grounded foul down the third baseline.
That's what we call a survival swing there. Colin just trying to get any piece of that ball as that ball appeared a little low from our angle.
Mm-hmm. He's just fighting here, looking to get his pitch, seeing if Rodriguez will make a mistake. And the pitch. That off-speed just misses from Rodriguez, putting the count here to 2-2 with 2 outs to the right fielder and Bouchera.
Great crowd here today at Rafferty Stadium, both on the Fairfield side and the Siena side, all coming out to celebrate Don and Chris in their pregame ceremony, and for a great afternoon of Fairfield and MAC baseball.
And the 2-2 from Rodriguez is a fastball that misses high and outside, putting the count full to the right fielder, Bouchera.
Bouchier has 26 drawn walks on the year, so he is certainly more in his element at making the pitcher work and waiting for his pitch.
Let's see what happens here with the 3-2. That is fouled into the Siena Saints dugout here. Bouchier stays alive.
All the contact that's been made so far off Rodriguez has been weak contact, so he's done a great job at jamming hitters, finding his spots, and also putting the ball in the zone as his command has been sharp for the most part.
And that pitch is looked at by Bouchier. That just hits the outside part of the plate, and the Stags go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first.
We have no hits through one inning.
Yep.
That means we're scoreless. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field as we are underway in the top of the second. No hits for either the Stags nor Saints here as Helmstetter gets underway with a first pitch called ball here to the lefty hitting left fielder Austin Rochelle. Second pitch to bat is a breaking ball that gets in there for strike one.
Rochelle had a productive game yesterday, 2 of 4, including a triple. So if he gets on the bases, expect him to be active.
The 1-1, that is a nice off-speed pitch. That is checked. Rochelle tried to check his swing, but he did not hold up, and that'll be called strike 2. The 1-2 from Helmstetter. That is another off-speed pitch, but is fouled off of Rochelle. Helmstetter working quickly here. Lefty on lefty matchup. That fastball misses high here, puts the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 delivery from Helmstetter. That ball paints the outside corner on Rochelle. Caught looking here. That'll be his second strikeout of the game and the first out in the top of the second.
I know we're only an inning and an out in, Colin, but it appears we are well on our way to a pitcher's duel. Quality pitches, a lot more strikeouts already than we've seen yesterday, especially up to this part of the game when compared to yesterday.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And this will be the test here as Bergamoto grounds it down the line. Ferrara from third base to first. That throws offline, and Bergevin cannot handle it.
Nice approach there by Bergamoto, being aggressive, swinging at the first pitch. Tough play there for Ferrara as he was going from literally one end of the diamond to another. Bergevin, nonetheless, good play there from saving an error and allowing Bergamoto to go to second.
Yeah, who else but Bergamoto to be the first person to get on base here this game, as he had 4 base knocks yesterday, and he's the first one to touch base here today.
That will be an error, E5. So Dean Ferrara, an error there. Runner on first, still 1 out.
With that error by Ferrara, that leaves Gavin Thorburn up to bat as he looks at a first pitch called ball inside. And the delivery from Helmstetter, that is grounded to Namor, the shortstop, flips it over to Sellinger. Sellinger quickly delivers to Bergman, and that will be a 6-4-3 double play to end the top of the second here.
Not ideal with the defense. The throw there by Ferrara, tough play. However, he gets 2 for 1 in that case. He gets a double play, a pitcher's best friend. Another scoreless inning thrown by Homestead with his defense helping him out once again. Coming up for the Stags will be Hibbard and Ethan. Oh, excuse me. It will be Ethan Hibbard, Matt Bergevin, and Zach Sellinger. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here to Donna and Chris Cook Field, where Blake Helmstetter just went 1, 2, 3 technically in the top of the second with the help of a double play. And with that, that'll bring up the catcher, number 31, Ethan Hibbard, facing Rodriguez, the pitcher of Siena. As that first pitch pass ball paints the inside corner on Hibbard, that'll be 0-1 here.
Hibbard went 0 of 2 yesterday, yet was productive otherwise. Sacrifice fly in the bottom of the second as well as a walk and 2 runs scored.
The 0-1 from Rodriguez. Off speed, that just misses inside to Hibbard. One's the count here, the power hitting catcher. And that fastball just misses high to the Hibbard. Putting the count here to 2-1. The 2-1 from Rodriguez. That's foul tipped in to the mitt of the catcher by Hibbard. Putting the count here to 2-2.
Hibbard coming into today's game with a .373 average, 16 homers, 56 RBIs, leading the MAC in both of those categories.
As the 2-2 is fouled back into the netting, Hibbard will stay alive here. Two still the count here to Hibbard. The delivery from Rodriguez. Off speed, that is fouled through the legs of Hibbard.
No hits for either team, yet just a lone base runner in Bergamoto off the error from Ferrara.
That 2-2 is fouled out of play into Rafferty Stadium by Hibbard, fighting to stay alive here, looking for his pitch.
A lot of weak contact, as I mentioned earlier, off Rodriguez thus far for the Stags here. Just try to barrel one over an infielder's hand. Just try to get any base runner to hopefully generate something offensively.
And another 2-2 delivery. Rodriguez just misses high on the fastball, put the count full here to Ethan Hibbard.
Bergevin waiting on deck at a 2-run homer in yesterday's game.
And the full count. That is grounded to the pitcher in Rodriguez. He knocks it down, throws it over to the first baseman, Bergamoto, and the throw just beats Hibbard, the catcher.
Yeah, nice recovery there by Rodriguez after his initial attempt to corral the ball on the ground didn't go his way. Nonetheless, stayed calm, cool, and collected. A little bit of a low throw to Bergamoto, but he was able to scoop it for the first out.
And with that put out by Rodriguez, that will bring up the power hitting first baseman, Matt Bergman. As Andrew stated, he did leave the park yesterday Let's see what he does today here. The first pitch by Rodriguez. Bergevin tries to check his swing, but it does not hold up. That'll be a first pitch strike here. The 0-1 from Rodriguez. That ball's in the dirt, and Bergevin lays off, putting the count to 1-1. The 1-1 delivery from Rodriguez. Off speed, misses outside.
Bergevin had himself a nice day yesterday. 2 hits in 4 at bats, including that 2-run homer we've alluded to. Had 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored.
The 2-1 is fouled into the backstop by Bergevin. 2-2 now.
Appears there's a little bit of a shift by the center fielder playing more to the left, given Bergevin is a pull hitter, despite the fact that he had an opposite field dinger yesterday. Thorburn, we know, is a defensive elite player. We saw it yesterday with a phenomenal dive and grab.
And that 2-2 just misses. Bergevin looked like he was headed back into the dugout. He thought he was gonna be rung up there.
No, yeah, Bergevin took 1 step toward the Fairfield dugout. Nonetheless, he has a new life here.
That puts the count full now. Let's see what Rodriguez goes to. As that off-speed pitch is lifted down the right field line, but that will go into the Stags bullpen. Count still full here. 1 out here at Alumni Diamond.
Pitch count for Rodriguez, certainly taking a significant jump, especially with this at-bat from Bergevin and the quality at-bat from Hibbert despite the ground out to the pitcher.
3-2. That is lifted to right field to Mellon. Mellon seems to camp under with the sun in the eyes. And Mellon will put that one away for the second out here in the bottom of the second.
0 of 5 the Stags are, as that actually the error by Ferrara was erased, as it is now a hit for Bergamatto. So he is 5 for 5 to start this series.
Wow. And with that put out in right field by Mellon, that'll bring up the second baseman, number 5, Zach Selinger, as he looks at a first pitch called ball.
Selinger did kickstart the offense yesterday before the home runs came. He went 3 of 4 with 3 RBIs, including a 2-run single in the bottom of the first, which really set the tone.
Second pitch to that bat is in the dirt to Selinger. He lays off. 2-0 now.
Yeah, Stags have gotten ahead in every count. Both counts to Hibbert and Bergevin have gone full. Selinger trying to make it 3 here, as that pitch count is creeping up at 35 now.
And the third pitch to that bat misses high here. Selinger might be getting the take sign here, 3-0, and none of the pitches have been closed.
It's one of the unwritten rules. Do you swing at 3-0? You have to. We obviously seen instances where people hit grand slams or homers off of a 3-0 pitch. However, I'd expect Selinger just to stay put here and not swing and see if he can hit the zone.
Yeah, and that fastball is laced pretty much down the middle there by Rodriguez. Selinger takes. Count is now 3-1. And the 3-1 delivery, that plunks Selinger, and that will put a man on for the man in Nick Strino, who had himself a day yesterday.
First base runner for the Stags. No better man to leave one on than for Nick Storino, who had a 3-run bomb in yesterday's game. Stags were great with runners in scoring position yesterday, going. Well, actually, I take that back. They weren't as great as they usually are. However, they did much better than Siena, which was the standout and a big reason why the Stags won the game yesterday, going 4-17 with runners in scoring position.
Mm-hmm. And as that first pitch from Rodriguez in the dirt, but Schwartz gobbles it up and keeps Selinger at first base.
Stat of the day, Nick Storino has a .368 batting average with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm.
So when the team needs him, he performs, and he is a clutch player. Let's see if he can do it again.
And that outside fastball just hits the line, and that'll be strike 1 to Storino. 1-1 here to the lefty hitting Storino. The delivery from Rodriguez. That ball misses outside there. Tried to go with what he did on the 1-0 pitch. Sellinger at first, being held on by Bergamato. Rodriguez looks him back. The 2-1 delivery. That is grounded to the first baseman, Bergamato, and he'll walk this one back to the bag himself, being the third out of the inning. And the Stags leave one man on base here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, no, Siena's pitching came to play, and Rodriguez has been dealing to start this game. Hopefully the Siena Bats can back his great start to this game, as we will be back for the top of the third in just a little bit.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cookfield. I'm Colin Lynch alongside Andrew Jameson at WVOF Sports here at Fairfield. And we're underway here in the top of the third as Blake Helmsetter will be throwing against the right fielder number 3, Gunnar Melland, as he looks at a first pitch called ball.
Melland's first at-bat of the series did not play yesterday. Comes into today's game sporting a .231 average with a .423 on-base percentage. No homers on the year, 5 RBIs.
As the third pitch to that bat is grounded by the shortstop in Luke Nomura. He could not range to his left enough there as that sneaks between Nomura and Ferrara.
Great contact there off the bat, being aggressive in the count early, trying to get the first run on the game. Overall, a player, especially as Melland, who has a relatively small sample size in terms of at-bats this season, doing a nice job there getting himself on the board.
Yeah, with that single by Melland, that will bring up the catcher, number 2, Willie Schwarek, and this will be his first plate appearance of the series.
Yeah, Schwarek did also not play yesterday, as Percival will be taking a seat today. Comes in today's game sporting a .203 average.
Second pitch to that bat to Schwarek is inside for ball 2 here.
Helmsetter's pitch count just past 25, so he has been efficient. Would love a double play ball here, though.
The 2-0 delivery from Helmsetter. That ball is skied out of play behind us. 2-1's the count here to the catcher. Sellinger, the second baseman, is pretty much playing right behind second. They're looking for a double play here. 2-1 from Helmsetter. That breaking ball is in there for strike 2. Kind of a high breaking ball there. Might have fooled Schwarek there.
Yeah, high breaking balls are a recipe for disaster, but when they least expect it, it can work in the pitcher's favor.
Yep. And the 2-2 delivery. That breaking ball pretty much in the same spot, but laid off. And that would be called ball here to Schwarek, putting the count full. Full count here, lefty on righty matchup. Helmstead the lefty, Schwarek the righty. And the pitch is cut on and missed by Schwarek. Helmstead went with the off speed there, and that was a beautiful pitch.
Yeah, Schwarek was very early on that pitch. Expected heat, was absolutely fooled and looked lost in the batter's box.
Yeah, and that will be Helmstedter's third strikeout of the game. 1 in each of the innings so far. And with that strikeout, that'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Kobe Stenson.
Stenson yesterday went 1 of 4 with a single and a strikeout.
As the first pitch to bat is cut on and missed by Stenson. Helmstetter started him with the off speed. Still one out here. Mellon on first. The 0-1 from Helmstetter is fouled out of play here. Counts now 0-2 to the third baseman, Stenson. The 0-2. Helmstetter throws over to the dancing Mellon on first, but he gets back. The 0-2 from Helmstetter. That fastball just misses high. 1-2 now here to the third baseman.
Good lead for Mellon, who only has 3 stolen bases on the year but can be aggressive.
As Helmstetter throws over to Mellon, but he gets back.
Yeah, and often in these tight games, pitchers' duels, teams will try to wreak havoc on the base paths. They've been very infrequent, just 2 hits in the game overall so far, so Siena wanted to be aggressive with a runner on.
The 1-2 from Helmstetter is fouled right past the third base coach on Siena. Will the count to the third baseman, Stenson, with Mellon on first. Double play depth up the middle for the Stags. And that ball is lifted to center field to Catalano. Catalano ranges back, settles under it, puts it away for the second out of the inning as Mellon retreats back the first. And with that put out in center field by Catalano, that will wrap the lineup around to the DH the leadoff hitter, Danny Barbera.
And second time through the order here, expect Siena to be aggressive offensively. Helmstetter already has 3 strikeouts to his name, so Siena is going to want to get the bats hot sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and Helmstetter starts the DH Barbera off with a breaking ball that he lays off of for ball 1. Second pitch at bat from Helmstetter just misses high and outside to Barbera. 2-0 now. And Helmstetter gets him in the pickle, throws over to Bergevin, throws over to Nomura, but the tag cannot be laid down on Mellon. Helmstetter had Mellon in no man's land when he threw over to Bergevin at first. Bergevin throws it to Nomura, but as he goes to put the tag down, the ball comes out.
Looked like lollipop throws there from Helmstetter, especially on that one to Bergevin, which gave Mellon a little bit of a quicker jump than we had desired, and kind of apply the tag there.
And that pitch will be grounded to Nomura at short. It will be a high throw to Bergevin that he cannot handle, and Mellon will come around third to home and score the first run of the game here.
Yeah, whereas Fairfield's defense was stout yesterday, helping out Baker and Kell a lot. Defense has not been ideal, to say the least, thus far, as that aired throw by Nomura enables Barbero to score. 1-0 Saints.
Yeah, Mellon scores.
Or excuse me, Mellon to score.
But Barbero only stays at first after the throwing error.
So that will go as a run, an unearned run on Helmstetter's name.
There's already been 2 throwing errors. Well, 2 error throws here by the Stags on the left side of the infield. So with 2 outs now in Barbera on first, that brings up the shortstop, number 11, Randall Hine, as he looks at a first pitch called strike.
Hine, in his first at-bat, flew out to center field.
The 0-1 from Helmstetter. That is lifted towards left center. Catalano racing back to the ball. He camps under it and will make the catch for the third out of the inning.
Siena gets one on no hits and an error. Stags going to try to respond to cut into this lead, take the momentum back. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field, where the Siena Saints tag won the first run of the game here in the top of the third. Now in the bottom of the third, Rodriguez is still on the mound for the Siena Saints, and with the first at bat, he will face the DH number 20, Tyler Kipp. As the first pitch to Kipp is a fastball, is in there for strike one.
Stags still looking for their first hit of the game. Kipp playing in back-to-back games as a designated hitter. Hit a double in yesterday's game.
Second pitch at bat to Kipp is inside for ball one.
No walks so far for Rodriguez, so that is evident that his command has been sharp. And for someone who came in to the game with just nearly a 2-to-1 strikeout ratio, he certainly has been efficient.
Third pitch at bat is lined out of play, foul into Rafferty Stadium.
Catalano then on deck for the Stags. Then the top of the order will come back around with Farrar in the hole.
The 1-2 to Kipp. That is grounded to the second baseman Figueroa on one hop. He gloves it, throws it over to Bergamotto low, but he handles it for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, a lot of weak contact once again for Rodriguez. I don't believe a ball has left or has reached the outfield yet. I am not sure if it has. So he is playing small ball in his favor. Stags had 2 homers yesterday, but have yet to get one in the outfield and have yet to put up a hit on the scoreboard.
Actually, they only have one. They have one ball off the bat of Bergman, just a weak fly out to right. But other than that, just like you said, no strong contact at all.
Yeah, and that play easily could have gone to the second baseman Figueroa.
As the first pitch to the center fielder Paul Catalano is looked at for a called strike one. Second pitch to Catalano just misses outside. Counts now 1-1 here with 1 out to the center fielder.
Brief looking at defensive alignment for the Saints going from third to first is Stenson, Hine, Figueroa, Bergamotto. Left to right in the outfield, Rochelle, Thorburn, and Mellon. Behind the plate is Schwark. DHing is Barbero.
Third pitch at bat to Catalano is in the dirt low as he lays off for ball 2. As the fourth pitch at bat is cut on and missed by Catalano. He could not catch up to the fastball there. 2-2 now.
Yeah, we see great variety from Rodriguez thus far. Getting the hitters to chase with the heat, but also fooling and freezing them with the off speed.
As Catalano looks at a called strike 3 from Rodriguez, that will be the second out here in the bottom of the third.
Rodriguez is having his way with the Stag hitters, and the Stags really don't have an answer one time through the lineup as they have not recorded a hit one time through the order with the top of the order back up.
Yeah, this will be the man to do it here. If anyone, Dean Farrar, red hot so far in the past 10 games or so. As he rips that first pitch right back up the middle. He really loves swinging at the first pitch. He sends that right past second base bag and handled in center by Thornburg.
Ferrara has been an offensive force this season, to say the least. Once again, swinging at the first pitch, finding himself on first base. You don't need a homer here. You just need to get a runner on. That's how you cut into the lead and create more opportunities to cut into this lead and hopefully take it sooner or later.
Yeah, we've seen what the Stags have done with momentum in previous games, and they take it and run with it as Luke Nomura steps into the box here. As he looks at a first pitch called strike, 0-1 to the shortstop Nomura. Ferrara gets his lead off from first. As Nomura fouls that one back into the netting. 0-2 is the count here to number 2. Coach Courier giving signs to both Nomura and Ferrara on first. The delivery from Rodriguez. That pitch is high. Schwartz throws over to Ferrara at first. Bergamasco applies a tag, but Ferrara's in there safe.
That's great awareness there by Schwartz, though, realizing that Ferrara was significantly off the bag. Never hurts to make a throw down there. Obviously, you don't want an error, but Schwartz was dead accurate on that throw, and if it were not for Ferrara's speed, we could already be in the top of the fourth.
Mm-hmm. The 1-2 from Rodriguez. That one is in the dirt, but handled well by Schwartz as Ferrara gets back to first.
Ferrara does have 6 stolen bases on the year, a 75% stolen base success rate. Interesting to see what he'll do here at 2-2, but anything as contact by Nomura, he's off and running.
And that pitch is cut on and missed by Nomura. He's in his own head right now. Great pitch there from Rodriguez, and the Stags strand one on base.
Yeah, Rodriguez is dealing. Gave up a hit, but that did not faze him in the slightest. Gets the rest of the order to go down. Siena coming back up in the top of the fourth. 1-0 is the score.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cookfield as we are now in the top of the fourth so far in this pitcher's duel here at Alumni Diamond. Blake Helmstetter, the lefty, still on the mound for your Fairfield Stags. He will face Figueroa, Rochelle, and Bergamasco. As the first pitch at bat is lifted out to center field, Paul Catalano is under it for the first out of the inning. You got to love that. First pitch, first out.
No, and it sets a tone early, and Helmstetter's done a good job at keeping his pitch count low thus far, doing it once again here with Rochelle coming up.
Yeah, Catalano has had a lot of work out there in center so far this game, as the first pitch is a nice off-speed to Rochelle, looked at for called strike one.
Yeah, Siena just hitting 2 of 12 on the game so far. However, they do have a 1-0 lead.
The 0-1 just misses outside.
Was a good paint job there by Hebard. Wanted that call, just too far off the plate for him to get that call from Blue.
The 1-1. That is a breaking ball, a smash into right field. Rochelle rounding first. Bouchero gets the ball on the track, throws it into Selinger, the cutoff actually to Nomura, who cuts it off, and that is a 1-out double for Austin Rochelle.
Yeah, Rochelle, speed kills in baseball, and we saw Rochelle yesterday on the base pads. He had a triple. He was looking at 3 there. However, that was a great throw from Bouchier to prevent Rochelle from going any further. Nice relay.
Yeah, that breaking ball hung there from Rochelle, and he took that right out to right field in no man's land. Bouchier had to race over to the track to get that one. As I'll bring up Bergamato, who has not gotten out yet in this series, as he looks at a first pitch called strike.
Second opportunity with runners in scoring position for Siena on the game. 0 of 1. Fairfield yet to have a runner in scoring position in the entire game.
As the 0-1 breaking ball is fouled down the third base line, putting Helmstetter ahead 0-2 in a pitcher's count. Rochelle on second for the first baseman Bergamato up to bat. The 0-2 from Helmstetter. That is grounded to the third baseman Nomura. Knocks it down off his chest, throws it to Bergman, and that is not in time to beat Bergamato hustling down the line.
Yeah, it's great hustle there by Bergamato, not giving up on that play. We will see how that is scored. However, Nomura is just not having the best day.
Yeah, that's usually a routine play over at short from Nomura. He's not being like himself today, that's for sure.
That will be an error, his second of the game. 1 out for Siena here.
Yeah, 1 out with 2 men on now for the center fielder, Gavin Thorburn, as he looks at a first pitch called strike.
Thorburn grounded out into a double play his first at-bat in the second. Helmstetter would love nothing different in this at-bat.
As that breaking ball is in the dirt, but blocked by the catcher, Hibbard.
It's a great play by Hibbard there to get out in front of that ball. High awareness, high IQ, didn't let it go past him.
Yeah, it keeps the runners where they are and keeps the double play alive here.
Especially with the lethal speed of Rochelle on the base pads. He could more likely than not find himself at third.
The delivery from Helmstetter. That one was fouled down the line here. 2 strikes now with 1 ball.
Yeah, Helmstetter just needs to make a quality pitch here, because if you get this out, you don't have to worry about getting a double play or anything. You just have to get an out by any means necessary. Getting it out here would boost his confidence and also just kind of give him some momentum.
The 1-2 from Helmstetter misses outside. 2-2 now here to the center fielder.
Helmstetter just past the 50 pitch mark in the game, so he's doing good in longevities thus far.
And that is a delayed swing, a survival swing, as we say, as that is a off-speed pitch that is fought foul.
Yeah, you saw Thorburn in desperation mode there. We like to say survival swing. Just doing anything you can to try to extend the at-bat. Could if you had hit that one with the paddle, would have hit the very tip. I know you alluded to that analogy yesterday.
Yeah. And that pitch just misses inside with the fastball. Count is now full here to the center fielder in Thorburn.
If Thorburn is able to reach at a full count here.
As Helmstetter looks for Shelley back at second, but nothing's going on.
It will be Meeland on deck, who has the lone run of the game thus far.
And that full count pitch misses inside to Thorburn. The bases are now loaded with 1 out. Force everywhere.
4 walks for Thorburn already in this series. 3 of them coming yesterday. He's seeing the ball really well. Not trying to do too much and drive runs unnecessarily. He's doing what he can to put himself on base and provide for his teammates to get in runs, as we're going to have a brief mound visit here for Helmstetter.
Yeah, Mike Caruso, the pitching and catching coach, heading out just to talk to Helmstetter. Just tell him to calm down, trust your stuff. There's a force everywhere. Just have trust in your defense and trust in your pitches.
Now, Colin, it appears that he just needs a ground ball. If he gets a double play here, double play has been the Stags' friend thus far in this series. So you can't overthink things. Fortunately, it is only 1-0 on the scoreboard. However, you feel like it's damage control if And if Milan can do something here, Stags offense, they have been hot, but they've been inconsistent as a lot of their runs have come in bunches
Yeah.
over the course of this stretch. So just trying to calm Helmstetter down here.
Yeah, for sure. And now he's probably going to go back to working from the windup, which he's comfortable in. Bases loaded. He can do what he wants. Force is everywhere. Middle infield's playing back. Bergevin also and Ferrara playing back. First pitch at bat to Mellon. That is Sky down the right field line, definitely getting out of play into Rafferty.
If he can get ahead here, that would be ideal, as a ball in the outfield would almost guarantee to score Rochelle from third with the lethal speed of his.
Yeah, for sure. Looking to keep it in the infield here, as that fastball just misses inside to Mellon. 1-1 now.
It's a tough game Helmstetter is playing right here. Yes, you don't want contact, but you would gladly train out for a run here, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. As the 1-1 is fouled out of play again into Rafferty Stadium. Helmstetter 2 strikes now. Let's see what he goes to.
By far the most pitches Helmstetter has thrown. This inning is already approaching 60 now.
As Mellon chases a high fastball but fouls it out of play into the parking lot. In survival mode, Mellon is now. 1-2 the count. No base runner being held on. And the 1-2 misses high. 2-2 here to Mellon, the right fielder. The delivery from Helmstetter is cut on and tipped into the mitt of Hibbard, and that will be a strikeout and the second out.
A pitcher, when he is under pressure, goes to what he knows best, his fastball, which is more often than not a pitcher's best weapon, as it has the most speed and velocity, hardest for a hitter to catch up to. Absolutely blew it by Mellon there for the second out.
There's now some sort of confusion between the umpire and the pitcher, Helmstetter. Seems to be something about Helmstetter starting his motion without alluding to the umpire. Now the umpire's chatting with head coach Bill Courier of Fairfield.
Here's that, according to home plate umpire, it is a pitch clock violation. Appears umpires need clarity amongst each other. As Coach Courier, I think his only warning clarity is, this is the first time that's honestly came out of nowhere in the blue. It appears that we will go to 0-0. Nonetheless, a very pivotal moment in this game with bases loaded and 2 outs. Rochelle on third, Bergamatto on second, Thorburn on first, Schwark at the dish. It is a 0-0 count after all that.
And the first pitch off speed is caught on and missed by Schwark, who struck out in his first at bat. And Helmstetter would love nothing less than put him down 1-2-3 here.
Schwark, a 278 hitter with runners in scoring position, and a 214 hitter with 2 outs.
Second pitch at back to Schwartz in the dirt, but handled well by Hibbert to keep it in front of him. Third pitch breaking ball is diced in there. Schwartz looking at that pitch for a called strike 2. 1-2 now from Helmstetter. And that ball is ripped up to middle to Catalano in center. Rochelle will score. Bergamatto will score. Thorburn on the way to third, and he is in there. That is a 2-out, two RBI single off the bat of Schwark, the catcher.
Yeah, how about Schwark, a guy who really hasn't had a lot of playing time this season, just 60 at-bats on the season, making a name for himself here, putting his exclamation point on the game with a 2-run knock there. 3-0 Siena.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, too. That is a good hitter's approach. Ball down the middle, sent it right back up the middle.
That also missed ball by Catalano enabled Thorburn to go to third. That could be more important if Siena is able to add on here.
Yeah, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Kobe Stenson, as he rips the first pitch foul down the third base side.
Helmstetter just needs to get out of the inning. Damage control here with the top of the Siena order lurking if Stenson is able to reach here.
The 0-1 from Helmstetter. That is looked at by Stenson for a called ball.
So that's 3 errors on the Stags now. So far this game, It's not ideal to say the least, as no earned runs to Helmstedter's name thus far.
And the third pitch at bat is a breaking ball inside, called ball. Yeah, the errors definitely come to bite you at the most pivotal moments. We got bases loaded because of an error. We could have been out of this half inning much earlier. And that ball is looped over the head of the second baseman, Selinger, and that will be another 2-out RBI single. Only scoring one here in the center fielder, Thorburn, but that is the third run of this half inning here for Siena.
It was an 0-0 swing there. It appeared like Stenzu checked his swing, nonetheless found the grass over the head of Selinger. Siena is pouring it on offensively in the top of the fourth, make that 3-run in this top half of the inning. 4-0 Siena.
Runners on second and first now for the leadoff hitter, DH Danny Barbero.
0-1 on the game last time up, reached on an error by Nomura.
Yeah, as he looks at a first pitch called ball. Second pitch from Helmstetter is roped down the line, foul from Barbero.
It's 5 hits compared to 1 for Fairfield.
Yeah, Barbero looking to put his stamp on the series. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. They move him up to the leadoff spot today. He's got a runner in scoring position right now. Let's see what he can do. As he puts that in the sky down the first base side, that could be trouble for Bergevin, as that one they just miss it between Bergevin and Boucher, as that's right up against the bullpen fence.
Just need one pitch here from Helmstetter to get out of this inning and get your bats back up with the heart of the order coming up in Boucher, Hibbert, and Bergevin.
Yeah, Helmstetter definitely wants out of this inning. 2 men on here, 1 in scoring position for the DHing Barbero. And that is swung on and missed by Barbero. Helmstetter will get out of this inning despite 3 runs being scored, none of them earned.
Yeah, no, not an ideal defensive inning to say the least. Stags have 3 errors early, and Helmstetter doesn't have an earned run to his name, so not getting any favors. A kind of turn of events from yesterday where the defense was on point. Bottom of the fourth, coming up with the heart of the order, due up. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here to Donna and Chris Cook Field as the Siena Saints just put up 3 in the top of the fourth. Noah Rodriguez still on the mound for the Siena Saints, and now he'll be facing the right fielder, number 17, Matt Boucher. First pitch at bat to Boucher is lifted foul, high foul down the line into Rafferty Stadium.
Boucher, his first at-bat, was a victim of the strikeout via the backwards kind. Rodriguez on the day has had 3 phenomenal innings, just giving up 1 hit, no walks, and 4 strikeouts.
The 0-1 from Rodriguez. That is low, laid off from Boucher. 1-1 now. This is the count.
Stags need to find balance hitting. They're not swinging at some pitches that are in the zone, but they're also chasing ones that are down and away. They need to find balance here.
As the third pitch at bat is grounded foul down the third base line from Boucher. 1-2 to Bushiero. That one misses low. 2-2 now here to the power hitting right fielder. The delivery from Rodriguez. That is a breaking ball that is tipped off the mask of the catcher Schwark. The umpire will go out to the pitcher Rodriguez to give the catcher some time. Now Bushiero steps back into the box. 2-2 is the count here. No one on, no one out. And the delivery, that one bounces in front of the plate. Errant pitch from Rodriguez. The count's now full to Bushiero, who has a plethora of walks this season.
Hibbard is waiting on deck. Certainly would be much better to have a runner on base for him than without.
Yeah. Hibbard's been one of the most dominant hitters in the MAC this season. Full count to Bushiero that is lifted high and out of play foul down the right field line.
Good to see Bushiero being scrappy here in this at-bat, working the count, making Rodriguez earn this out.
Count still full here to the right fielder, Bushiero. The delivery from Rodriguez. That is grounded to third base, Stenson. Stenson gloves it, knocks it down, cannot come up with it, and there's no throw over to first base.
Would have been a difficult play nonetheless for Stenson if he fielded that clean. However, Bushiero has a lot more speed for a typical right fielder given his height and stature. Nonetheless, the Stags finally have another base runner with Hibbard coming up.
Yeah, the errors are finally eluding in favor of the Stags here. Let's see if they can work off it. Now we got a runner on for one of the most dominant hitters in the MAC, in the catcher, Ethan Hibbard. As he goes first pitch swinging, but that is foul into the parking lot hits off the roof of a Toyota.
So that will go as a single for Bushiero. Will be the second hit for the Stags today.
Bushiero on first for Hibbard. 0-1's the count. As that pitch is just inside to Hibbard. 1-1 now with Matt Bergevin on deck.
Hibbard first time up, grounded out to the pitcher.
That pitch is also inside to Hibbard. Misses. 2-1 here. Definitely don't want to miss inside to Hibbard.
Now, Hibbard does have a great pull tendency, and if it goes into right field more than not, that can be over the scoreboard.
And the fourth pitch at bat is in there for strike two. 2-2 now here to Hibbard, the catcher.
Large gap between Figueroa and Bergamatto in second and first. If Hibbard can squeak one through there, that would be great here and enable Bergevin with two runners on.
The 2-2 delivery is looked at by Hibbard for a called strike three.
That's Rodriguez's fifth strikeout of the game.
With that strikeout, that'll bring up number 24, the first baseman, Matt Bergevin.
Third of the looking kind was that strikeout on Hibbard. Bergevin is first time up. Weak fly ball to the right fielder, Mellon, for an easy out.
Bushiero still on first. The delivery from Rodriguez. And that ball just misses, I guess, as a Siena Saints fan, do not like the call. Bushiero gets his lead off from first. And Rodriguez throws over and nearly picks off Bushiero, but he gets back in there with a dive. Good throw over there by Rodriguez.
Yeah, no, it can't hurt, especially with the Stags being down 4-0 this early. You know, it doesn't hurt to be aggressive on the base paths, but have to be the fine line between cautious and aggressive.
As they throw over again. If the tag would have been applied, he might have got him, but Bushiero's back in there.
We do have an arm getting loose in the Fairfield bullpen. Cannot distinctly see. Actually, that might be Chris DeFiore. Warming up yesterday, but did not see EM action yesterday.
As the second pitch to that bat misses high and inside, almost gets Bergman in the hands. 2-0 here to the first baseman, Bergman. As they throw over again at Bouchero, but he gets back in there. As he's only a couple steps off the base. The 2-0 from Rodriguez. And that ball misses inside, out of the mitt of Schwark. Bouchero stays at first. 3-0's the count now to the first baseman, Matt Bergman, with the second baseman, Zach Sellinger, on deck.
Win picking up here.
As that ball clips the top of the zone for the first strike of the at-bat.
Zach Sellinger's on deck for your Fairfield. Zach Bergman still in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count here.
Bouchero gets his lead off from first. And the delivery, that is cut on and ripped to left center by Bergman. Back at the track, and that ball is gone. That one goes down Lieber Road a mile away. And that will score 2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the first with a blast off of Bergman.
And that ball is still rolling on Lieber Road. That's back-to-back games with a homer for Bergman. Love to see it from our first baseman as Stags cut into the lead. 4-2, and this Fairfield faithful is back and excited.
Yeah, the boys in the dugout are hyped right now. Definitely a good welcome to the dugout from the teammates to Bergman there, and that will bring up the second baseman, Zach Sellinger.
Just the pop of the bat, pop of the sound off the bat is what you love to see from Bergman.
Yeah, as the first pitch at bat to Sellinger is off the plate and laid off by Sellinger. What a rip.
Yeah, for Bergman, that is his 14th homer on the year. Second on the Stags, his 45th and 46th RBI.
As a lucky biker passes by and picks up the Bergman ball, he'll be going home with a lucky souvenir.
And it's free.
Second pitch at bat to Sellinger misses outside. Great eye by Sellinger there as that one just misses.
Did he turn around?
Yeah.
Dang, why would he do that? Thought he left in Dolan.
As the biker is now coming back with the ball down Lieber Road.
Waiting for someone to catch a ball is someone like driving like one of those trick shots.
Yeah.
Not happened yet. However, we may be hoping for that. That would be something to see as Schwarg will have a quick chat with Rodriguez. Still 4-2. Siena out in front. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Stags looking to rally here with Nick Storino on deck. Would love to get Sellinger on base for him. As that pitch just misses outside. 3-0's the count here to Sellinger with the lefty hitting Storino on deck. The 3-0 from Rodriguez misses high, and Sellinger will be awarded first base.
Stags are never out of baseball games. The 5th inning was their best friend yesterday. It was there to put up 4 runs in that inning in yesterday's game. And this is a great man to have up at bat as Storino is stepping up to the dish, who had a 3-run bomb, can tie a game with another one here now. Appears there's going to be a mound visit here for Siena. So, Colin, Siena come out to a 4-0 lead, blazing hot start offensively, particularly in that top of the 4th inning. However, it feels like the Stags, whenever Siena gets momentum, they score, the Stags answer right back. And that's been a theme for them offensively for a good portion of the second half of the season.
Yeah, definitely just with Bouchero getting on base there, that was a must. You need to get people on base for your power hitters. Even though Hibbard went down, you still have Bergman to back him up. And what Bergman did, what Bergman does, and that is leave the park with a big blast. He did that yesterday, and he does that here again today. Yesterday he went oppo. This one he pulls to left center, and it goes a mile down Lieber Road.
And this is a great bounce-back series for Bergman, who did struggle in those series against Sacred Heart in weekday and against that weekend set last weekend against Mount St. Mary. So great stuff to see here from Bergman as Storino is stepping up here.
First pitch at bat to Storino. Fastball misses outside. 1-0 is the count here. Kobe Stenson, the third baseman, is on is almost on the infield grass, maybe looking for a bunt attempt from Storino to get Selinger over.
And there's a big gap in between Hine and Figueroa, so a double play ball might be difficult given Selinger and Storino's speed.
Mm-hmm.
You see them converge now, as they probably heard me.
Yeah, as the second pitch to that bat, off speed misses to Storino. Selinger's getting his lead off from first. Got a lefty in Storino up at bat. And that pitch just clips the outside part of the zone for strike one.
Still in the driver's seat is Storino, 0 of 1 on the game, with a ground out to the third baseman unassisted in the second.
Rodriguez throws over to Selinger. Bergamatto picks it, tags, but Selinger is in there safe.
Storino hitting at a 265 clip this season, an OBP just south of 400, OPS at 813.
As Rodriguez throws back at Selinger again, but nothing's going on as he's in there.
Yeah, Selinger's 3 stolen bases this season, so definitely not the highest on the team, but certainly one you cannot overlook.
Yeah. The Stags will look to do anything here to get someone in scoring position. The pitch to Storino is lifted high in the sky to center field. Thorburn looks like he's camped under it. That'll be put away for the second out of the inning as Selinger retreats back to first.
Storino just got over that one, or excuse me, just got under that one. A little bit of a goal swing. If he hit the barrel to the bat a little bit more, we could be having a tied ball game. Storino, that one he might want back.
Yeah, Storino gave that ball. That ball was hit a mile in the sky. If he strained that one out, that could have hit a windshield out near 10 block.
That's your house.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want that.
And with that put out in center, that'll bring up the DH and Tyler Kipp, whose first pitch swinging, but that will end up foul, dribbled quarter away up the first baseline.
First at bat for Kippy, grounded out to the second baseman, Figueroa. So we have 2 outs here, 0-1 count for Kipp. Fairfield cut the lead 4-2. Whoever would certainly love to cut into this lead as the Siena bats are hot.
The 0-1 from Rodriguez as he throws over at Selinger again for maybe the 4th time. Selinger back in there. He's getting his jersey dirty here.
Feels like the Stags are just testing Rodriguez at this point. They're going to keep doing this until he throws an error, it feels like.
Yeah, he's already had 2 throws in the dirt, but handled well by Bergamatto at first. As that off speed is hit out of play, foul behind us into the parking lot. 0-2 now here to the DH Kipp. Got the center fielder and Paul Catalano on deck.
Thorburn playing fairly deep out there in center field.
Respecting the DH in Tyler Kipp.
Shifting to the right of the second base bag now.
And that pitch is caught on and missed. 3-pitch strikeout from Rodriguez to end the 4th inning here at Alumni Diamond.
So the Stags somewhat awaken, but find themselves down 2 after 4. Nonetheless, the heart of the order is coming up for Siena. So Fairfield, job is not done, although they have to be happy with what they got. We'll be right back for the top of the 5th.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cookfield. I'm Colin Lynch alongside Andrew Jameson at WVOF Fairfield Sports. And we're going in the top of the 5th here. The Stags tallied 2 runs there to put the score to 4-2 in the Saints' favor, as Helmstetter will be facing the shortstop Randall Hine as he is first pitch swinging, fouls that back into the netting. Second pitch, Hine draws bunt, but that is bunted behind the plate, foul. 0-2 here quickly.
And Hine loves to play small ball given his speed. Remember, he had that RBI suicide squeeze yesterday and ended up safe on the play, so he is certainly a threat on the base pads. And, the Stags defense was caught napping yesterday on that play. It appears they weren't ready once again. Bergman still playing fairly deep.
The 0-2 from Helmstetter misses high to Hine. The 1-2, that is grounded on the ground to Farrar. Farrar gloves it, throws over to Bergman on a rifle, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Great cannon there, like an archer, for finding the bullseye of Bergman's glove for the first out.
Yeah, it's got to be feel good for Farrar there. He hasn't made the best throws over the past 2 games, but he rifled that one across the diamond to Bergman.
Yeah.
And with that put out by Farrar to Bergman, that will bring up the second baseman Tyler Figueroa.
Figueroa, 2 flyouts, one to the right fielder in his last at bat, to the center fielder Catalana, who has been busy out there today.
Yep. Second pitch off speed is in there for strike 2, so Helmstetter gets ahead 0-2 on the first 2 batters here. Third pitch at bat, fastball misses high, laid off from Figueroa.
Chris DeFiore still active in the Stags bullpen with Helmstetter's pitch count now at 80.
Fourth pitch at bat is fouled off back into the netting as Figueroa stays alive. Helmstetter still looking to pound the strike zone here. The 1-2 from Helmstetter. Breaking ball bounces off the plate. 2-2 now here to the second baseman, Figueroa. The delivery from Helmstetter, that is grounded down the third baseline, foul. As there is some action in the Saints bullpen. From our view, we are not able to see who it is. And so the delivery from Helmstetter, that is cut on and tipped into the mid of Hibbard. And that'll be the second out of the inning here. Great pitch by Helmstetter there. That'll be the second out of the inning. That is Helmstetter's 6th strikeout of the game.
Rochelle now stepping up to the dish, had a double last time out and scored.
First pitch at bat to Rochelle is a fastball and misses high.
We mentioned Siena was active in the bullpen. That is Tyler Kidwell, the freshman out of Erdenheim, Pennsylvania.
Second pitch at bat clips the top of the strike zone to Rochelle. 1-1 here to the left fielder and lefty hitting number 1, Austin Rochelle. The delivery from Helmstetter, that is a great breaking ball from Helmstetter that is looked at by Rochelle. 1-2 now. Helmstetter looking to end the inning with this pitch and the half inning, as that one is dribbled over towards the Fairfield Stags dugout on the first base side.
Nice play on the dugout there by Noah Byard, freshman. Shout out Noah Byard.
The 1-2 from Helmstetter, that just misses outside. Counts now even.
A lot of higher-ups present. Mark Nemec in attendance today, as well as some members of the athletic community. Coach Chris Casey.
That breaking ball is lifted high and foul down the third baseline. Farrar camps under it, and he'll put that away for the third out of the inning. No damage done here by the Siena Saints in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, ninth bounce-back inning here by Helmstetter for a 1-2-3 after giving up 3 in the top of the 4th. Catalano, Ferrara, Namura coming up for the Stags in the bottom of the 5th. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field at Alumni Diamond, where we have a new pitcher for the Siena Saints, number 14, Tyler Kidwell, the freshman out of Springfield Chestnut Hill Academy, as he'll be facing the center fielder, Paul Catalano, who looks at a first pitch called ball.
Kidwell, second on the team in ERA with 4.43, 20 balls to 9 strikeouts, however, holding opposing hitters to a 185 average. That's first on the Saints.
Yeah, the 29 seems apparent here as the first two pitches are a little wild. First one outside and low, second one inside and high to Catalano.
Stags need base runners to cut back into this game.
That first pitch is low and inside to Catalano. First 3 pitches, 3 errant balls.
Stags have only drawn 1 walk today. That came from Salinger.
Fourth pitch is laced in there for a called strike on a fastball. The 3-1 to the center fielder Catalano. He ropes that towards left field. Going back is Rochelle as he makes an over-the-shoulder catch out near the warning track in left field.
Not the best jump there by Rochelle. However, that ball hung up just enough for him to see where it was and catch it for the first out.
Yeah, first step was in for Rochelle, and that is usual for an outfielder. He did a good job getting back on that ball and making the first out of the inning. As I'll bring up the leadoff hitter, third baseman, number 23, Dean Ferrara.
Dean Ferrara smoked a first pitch from Rodriguez to left field for a single his last time up.
And that pitch is ripped to left field, but right to Rochelle, as he only has to do a couple hops over to his left for a quick out, number 2.
Yeah, Kidwell has been efficient. 2 batters, 2 outs, with Nomura stepping up to the dish, looking to have a bounce-back game in what's been a lackluster series for him thus far.
Yeah. 6 total strikeouts on this series, only 2 games in. He's looking to do something here. As he draws bunt here, looking at the first pitch, but that's high for ball 1. (1-0) here to the shortstop, Nomura. Second pitch fastball misses low.
If Nomura is able to reach Matt Bucciero, the right fielder will be on deck for the Stags.
Kidwell working from the stretch with no one on. That pitch is grounded through the 5-5 hole between the third baseman Stenson and the shortstop Hine. That's got to feel good for Nomura there.
Baseball is a game of inches, and that ball just got past the glove of Heim. Sometimes it's the weakest of contact, Colin, that can get a hitter get back on track, and Nomura has his first hit of the series here. Stags looking to do some damage with a runner on base.
Yeah, like you said, that ball wasn't hit the hardest and went right past the glove of the diving Hine at shortstop, as Nomura, who leads the team in stolen bases, looks to do some damage.
Stags have not had a runner on second base yet this game, hoping Nomura to be the first, maybe even Bucciero if he can get one into the gap.
First pitch at bat is cut on and missed by Bucciero. No Stag has been on second. There have been 2 Stags that have touched second on the home run, but no one has planted their feet on it yet. As Nomura leads off from first. And there's a throw over from Kidwell as Nomura barely gets back in there. His first step looked like he was leaning towards second there and then got back.
Outfield playing relatively deep, particularly Thorburn, the center fielder.
Kidwell throws over again to Bergamatto. Bergamatto had to get low and smother that ball.
Yeah, Nomura would have been on second for him for Bergamatto there.
Bergamatto's been playing well both on offense and defense here for the Siena Saints in both games. And that ball is picked out of the dirt by the catcher Schwarrick. Counts now 1-1.
Nice scoop there by Schwarrick.
(1-1) now. Kidwell throws over again to Nomura. Bergamatto applies the tag, but Nomura's in there. Count still 1-1 here to Bouchier, the right fielder. And the pitch from Kidwell. That ball just clips the top of the zone, and Bouchier does not like it, as he is now down here 1-2.
1-2. 2 outs. Runner on first in Nomura. Bucciero trying to do something here to extend the inning.
As that pitch is outside, there will be a throw over to first by Nomura. Tag applied by Bergamotto, but Nomura is just in there.
Yeah, he got his hand in. Otherwise, that would have been the third out of the inning.
Nomura looking to be aggressive on the base pass. Staggs looking to do anything to claw back.
And Nomura does have 12 stolen bases on the year with an 86% success rate.
Figueroa, the second baseman, is shaded a little towards second. A lot of room between second and first. As that ball gets by Schwark, and Nomura will easily take second. That one went right through the wickets of Schwark behind the plate.
Even the best of catchers can't stop every ball. That is wild, evident there with Schwark, as Nomura is on second now.
Full count here to Bouchier with Hibbert on deck. Bouchier does have a good eye. Was caught looking early in this game. As he tips that one. As he swings and misses, but as a drop third strike. Handled by Schwark and thrown over to Bergamotto at first. I thought there was a tip on that one, but I am mistaken.
No, it was a dropped third strike. Bouchier was confused. Nonetheless, Schwark gets the third out with the putout. We're through 5. Siena's up 4-2. Don't go anywhere. Top of the 6 coming right up.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field, where the wind is picking up here in the top of the 6th. Blake Helmstetter still on the mound for your Fairfield Stags. Siena Saints are up 4-2 here, and the first baseman in Bergamotto steps up to the dish as he looks at a first pitch called ball.
Bergamotto has reached base in every plate appearance this series. Last time up, reached on an error by Nomura.
As he grounds that one to Ferrara at third base, Ferrara rifles it across the diamond, and the Stags finally get Bergamotto out.
Nice job there by Helmstetter, who is still going strong in his 6th inning of work, already through 5 1/3. While that bullpen is still active, as we may, more likely than not, this will be his last inning, as he is north of 90 pitches.
And that ground out by Bergamotto will bring up Thorburn, who is first pitch swinging and rifles that right up the middle. And Helmstetter had to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, no, Helmstetter couldn't do anything there. That ball was absolutely smoked off the bat of Thorburn. Nice piece of hitting there.
Yeah, with that single by Thorburn, that'll bring up his compadre in the outfield, the right fielder, Gunnar Mellon. Helmstetter, best thing to do here, throw the ball low, look for the pitcher's best friend. As Mellon draws bunt, pulls back, throw over to first base by Hibbert, but nothing going on as Thorburn gets back in there safely.
Mellon 1 of 2 on the game last time up in the 4th inning was a strikeout via the swinging kind.
1-0's the count. Helmstetter throws over at Thorburn. Bergevin doesn't apply the tag as Thorburn gets in there safely.
Thorburn has 8 stolen bases on the year, just compared to 3 caught stealing. That's good for a 73% success rate, so it can certainly be active and wreak havoc. And extend this lead for the Saints.
As Helmstetter throws over at Thorburn again, Bergevin applies a tag, but Thorburn is in there safely. Still 1-0 here to the right fielder Mellon, and Helmstetter will throw over again at Thorburn. He does not want him leaving first, and he's keeping him in check.
At some point that becomes a distraction, and you still got a hitter at hand in Mellendor. There's already 1 of 2 on the game. There's a great
Thorburn,
jump.
Yep, Thorburn gets a great jump and doesn't even have to slide over to get in there.
The one time he didn't throw, Thorburn made him pay. Good for his 9th stolen base on the year.
Yep. That takes the double play out of play in this situation.
Stags defense will shift in response to that, with Sellinger moving closer to second base now.
The 2-0 to Mellon. That one is looped out in towards left center. Catalano and Storino coming in. Catalano will call it off. That will be the second out of this inning. Bring up the catcher and Willie Schwark.
I have to assume this is Helmstetter's last hitter he will face in this game, trying to go 6 strong for the Stags.
Runner in scoring position for the catcher and Schwark as that fastball paints the inside corner off the hand of Helmstetter.
Last up bat for Schwark. He had a 2-run single, which extended the lead for the Saints.
The 0-1 from Helmstetter. That is lifted high in the sky towards shallow left center. Catalano seems like he's under it, and he'll put that one away for the final out here in the top of the 6th.
Good job here by Helmstetter, giving the Stags 6 strong, only giving up 6 hits on the game for the game. No earned runs, which is important. His defense was certainly not as helpful as they usually are, with 3 errors on the game. Nonetheless, Stags have a chance to get back into this game with Ethan Hibbard leading off in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field, where the freshman in Tyler Kidwell is still on the mound for the Siena Saints, and he'll have to face the bulk of the Stags order with Ethan Hibbard, Matt Bergevin, and Zach Sellinger coming up to play.
Hibbard last time up was a strikeout victim looking.
As he is first pitch swing and dribbles that towards the Siena Saints bullpen. Oh, 1 here. Kidwell to Hibbard. That one misses high to Hibbard. One here to the power hitting catcher. That fastball misses outside.
Stags hitters overall today just 4 of 19 on the game with 7 strikeouts, and they have not been ideal with runners on as 1 of 7, only 1 opportunity with runners in scoring position today.
As that fastball misses inside to Hibbert, puts him in a hitter-friendly count at 3-1.
Good work here by Hibbert to get in the driver's seat, forcing Kidwell to throw a strike here. Hibbert will demolish anything over the plate.
And that ball will plunk Hibbert in the butt. Hit for the second game in a row.
Yeah, no, nonetheless, getting on base by any means necessary is a good thing, especially the Stags, who are down 2 with the hottest hitter at the plate for the Stags right now, coming up in Matt Bergevin, who absolutely cranked one out to Lieber Field last time up to cut the lead to 2 and get the Stags on the board.
Yeah, Bergevin gave that last pitch. He saw a ride out to left center in perfect view. That one went up Lieber Road. Let's see if he can mimic that one right here again. As his first pitch swinging, that one's out towards right center. And that will be his second 2-run home run of the game as that bounces up and hits a Honda in front of 10 blocks.
So it is Siena 4, Bergevin 4.
Mm-hmm.
Two-run dingers for Bergevin, who is having a phenomenal game. He is feeling it, rightfully so. We have a brand new ball game, Colin.
Yeah, for sure. And with the bulk of Fairfield's bats going down, you need to look at one man to step up. And who else but the power-hitting first baseman, Matt Bergevin. He did exit the series against Mount St. Mary's last week, but he has come back after missing a couple games, and boy, has he put on a show. 3 home runs in the last 2 games. As Selinger's first pitch swing, he misses that one. 0-1's the count here.
Going back to Bergevin, that is his 15th homer of the year, only one behind Hibbert now for the team lead. He is up to 48 RBIs on the season.
Second pitch at bat to Selinger, misses inside. 1-1 now. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the 6th.
That one was absolutely cranked, and we talked about opposite field power. He absolutely got all of that one.
Third pitch at bat is cut on and missed by Selinger, who swings by the fastball. Yeah, usually the opposite field home runs don't go above the hilly grass beyond the fence, but that one went into the parking lot, bounced up, and hit a car.
That your car?
No, mine's behind us, luckily.
All right, good.
As the fourth pitch at bat bounces off the plate and laid off by Selinger. Still no outs here. Only two runners. Only 2 batters have been up, and both have touched home plate. As Selinger grounds that to the shortstop and Hine does a running throw while coming in onto Bergamato, who gloves it for the first out of the inning.
Nice job there by Kidwell getting the out just after giving up the homer to Bergevin to tie this game. Still, the game is far from over. You have to move on and now I don't want to say keep your head down, but you have to move on because your team is still in this game and they need you.
Yeah, and Fairfield at this moment has full momentum. They've scored the last 4 runs of this game after Siena has scored the first 4 runs. Their Stags are looking to rally, and Nick Storino is now up to the plate as he looks at a fastball in the dirt for ball 1.
Storino 0 of 2 on the game last time up, flying out to Thorburn.
Second pitch that bat is laid off by Storino as that one is low in the dirt outside. (2-0) here to the lefty hitting left fielder, Storino. Kidwell from the stretch. That one is cut on and missed by Storino. That one was in the dirt. He wished he could have that one back.
Storino just got under the last at-bat, which was absolutely skied out to center field, and Thorburn was able to corral it. Looking for something over the head here.
And that fastball is in there for call it strike 2. Counts even here now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that ball is lifted out to right center. Mellon giving chase. And he will glove that for the second out of the inning. Great range over and right by Mellon.
Yeah, had to cover a lot of distance. Mellon did in that right field, shifted to center field. However, he saw that ball off of the contact by Siena and was able to get it for the second out.
And with that put out by Mellon in right, that will bring up the DH number 20, Tyler Kipp.
Kipp 0 of 2 on today's game. Last time up, struck out swinging in the fourth inning. Trying to get a runner on to take their first lead of the game.
As the first pitch to that bat just misses outside. 1-0 is the count here to the DH and Kipp. The 1-0 from Kidwell. That is swung on, hit towards the Saints dugout. One's the count here. 2 outs and 2 runs tallied here in the bottom of the 6th to make the score 4-4. And that pitch misses outside. Counts now 2-1.
Catalano would be on deck if Kipp is able to reach here.
And the pitch that is swung on and missed by Kipp, putting the count even at 2-2. And the 2-2, that one bounces in front of the home plate, putting the count full here. 3-2, 2 outs with no one on. Outfield shaded a tad bit towards right, with Thornburn a couple steps past second base. And that ball is ripped to the second baseman, and Figueroa handled on one hop, but it is a low throw and can't be handled by Bergamato, as Kipp will race towards second. Usually that would be a routine play from second to first, but I don't know what happened there.
Defense was leaving the field. I don't want to call it karma, but that was it was a good read, and it was a good hop. Figueroa was able to corral it. However, it was a very low throw. Kipp wasn't necessarily hustling down the first base line, and that would have been a guaranteed out. However, last thing you want to do with the Stags is give them extra life, and Catalano has a chance here to give the Stags their first lead of the game.
Yeah, with that error, that leaves a man in scoring position now. And you do not want to walk Catalano or let him get on base for the top of the order coming up next, as Catalano looks at a first pitch ball that is low and outside.
Kipp is not a real threat on the base pad, so Catalano might need something over the head, but we know Kipp is going to run on any contact.
Yeah. Second pitch to that bat is a fastball that clips the top of the zone. 1-1's the count here to the center fielder, Catalano. Second baseman Figueroa has his heels on the outfield grass. The 1-1 is a fastball high, cut on and missed by Catalano.
So that's Siena's first error of the game. That'll go on Figueroa, the second baseman. Kidwell trying to get out of this inning, still tied.
Fourth pitch to that bat is in the dirt, but handled well by Schwarr, keeping Kipp at second. Let's see if that error can come back to bite them here. Let's see if Catalano can get a base knock in the gap and score Kipp from second.
Good team, great teams exploit other teams from their mistakes, Colin.
Yep. And as Catalano fouls that one back into the netting, he stays alive here and lives to see another day. Maybe get an RBI here. Maybe work the count to 3-2, see what he can do there.
Kipp on second. 2 outs. 2-2 is the count. 2's all over.
And Catalano will foul that foul out of play behind us here. Staying alive. The 2-2 from Kipp. That one's way outside, but gloved by Schwark. Count is now full. to the 9-hitter Catalano with Ferraro, the leadoff man, coming up next.
Catalano not going down easy as Kidwell's pitch count is north of 40 now. Siena bullpen getting active. Our angle is awful, so we can't put a name to the face.
And that pitch is way outside and looked at by Catalano. That'll put a man on second and first for Dean Ferraro. We may get a pitching change here.
Great discipline there by Catalano to extend the inning for the Stags. New life after the error there by Figueroa. However, hottest hitter who has the best average on the team, Dean Ferraro, going to have a chance to give the Stags their first lead of the game. We'll be right back as there will be a pitching change. We'll hear who it is, and then we'll come back just to briefly discuss. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Don and Chris Cook Field on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. I'm Andrew Jamison alongside Colin Lynch, while new pitcher Connor Byrne is getting ready for his second straight outing versus the Stags. We're going to take you through a breakdown of this game. So, Siena jumped out to an early 4-run lead. However, Fairfield Matt Bergevin has found his groove. Two-run home runs to keep Fairfield in this game. What are you seeing from the Stags? And Colin, more importantly, what do they need to do here with runners on second and first to get their first lead of the game?
So what got the Stags down to a 4-0 trailing deficit was the errors by the infielders, and Helmstetter had no earned runs to this point in this game, but they were backed by Matt Bergevin's bat, hitting two-run shots as mentioned, one to right center, the first one to left center, and the second one to right center, both bombs. And as the Stags with 2 outs here, there was an infield error by the second baseman Figueroa, and the Stags are looking to bite back with working off of the errors created by the Saints.
With that being said, Dean Ferraro will step to the plate and attempt to make Siena pay for giving them extra life. Is 1 of 3 on the game who had a single in the third inning. Ferraro loves to swing at the first pitch.
But that first pitch breaking ball is in the lefty batter's box to Ferraro. He lays off. 1-0 is the count here to the deadly hitting third baseman Ferraro. As he rips that one up the middle, glove behind, he'll flip it over to Figueroa at second, and that will be the third out of the inning.
Had a nice sound off the bat, but was chopped just enough that Hine was able to corral it and get the put out there. However, we are tied 4-4 going into the bottom of the 7th. This is a good one, folks. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field, where the score is 4-4 here going into the top of the seventh, and your Fairfield Stags have a pitching change. Number 13, the graduate student, Chris DiFiore, the left-hander.
We get DiFiore stats after the pitch here.
And as a first pitch, called strike to the third baseman, Kobe Stenson.
DiFiore on the year comes into the game with a 4.09 ERA and 11 appearances, just one game started, 16 walks to 6 strikeouts, holding opponents to a .263 batting average.
As that second pitch at bat misses low to the third baseman, Stenson, 1-1 is now the count. And the pitch from DiFiore, that is grounded to the first base side, gloved by Bergevin, throw over to DiFiore, the pitcher, and that is great pitcher fielding practice there.
Yeah, that's a tricky hop there by Bergevin. Nice awareness there to come out, which that one came up really on him very quickly. Great play by DiFiore, though, covering the bag, knowing where he needed to be for the first out.
Yeah, great glove by Bergevin. That took a hop right off the edge of the infield lip, and that bounced up near the eyes of Bergevin, who is already a tall man. And that one, he had to glove and flip over to DiFiore. First pitch at bat to the DH, Danny Barbera, is tipped foul off the mask of catcher Ethan Hibbard.
Barbero, leading off for the Saints today after hitting in the 4-hole yesterday, comes in to this plate appearance 0 of 2 on the game with 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging. In the third, he reached via an error by Nomura.
Hasn't been the best series for the DH in Barbera, but he's looking to put a bat on ball here. The 0-1 from DiFiore. That is an off-speed that lands in the zone for strike 2. The 0-2. That one misses low and outside. Count is now 1-2 to the DH leadoff man in Barbera. And the delivery from DiFiore that is fouled back into the netting.
Was late on that swing, fortunate to get a piece there.
Yeah. Count is still 1-2. The delivery from DiFiore. That is a breaking ball that is ripped, grounded right up the middle, and that is Barbero's first hit of this series.
Nice job seeing the ball and hitting the ball there by Barbero, giving the Saints a runner on with 1 out.
And with that single by Barbero, that will bring up the shortstop, number 11, Randall Hine.
Hain is 0 of 3 on the game today with 2 flyouts to the center fielder, and last time up in the 5th, grounding out to the third baseman, Ferrara.
DiFiore working out of the stretch now, as that first pitch is laced in there for a looking strike. Barbero gets his lead off from first, held on by Bergevin. DiFiore working from the stretch. As DiFiore throws it over, and Barbero is tagged, but they call him safe.
Stags fans are not happy with that one. The throw appeared to beat Barbero. You're shaking your head over here. I'm curious to see your thoughts.
Well, I thought that throw was obviously out of line on Bergevin, but it looked like he caught it while tagging Barbero on the lower half side before Barbero got his hands in. I for sure thought that was an out call, but the umpire definitely has a better view than me.
Saints appear to catch a break here.
The 0-1, that is looped over near the first base sign, gets passed into right field. Bouchier will field that, and that will be a 1-out single for Hine.
An excuse me swing there by Hine allows gets over out of the reach of Bergevin. Saints threatening now, second and first. 1 out. Figueroa stepping up.
Yeah, if you figured if Bergevin's not holding anyone on there, that is bag lunch for him over at first. As he's standing now right where that ball is hit. He could have easily gloved that for an out, but he was holding on Barbero at first.
The gap is big in between Sellinger and Bergevin right now.
As his first pitch swinging from Figueroa, Nomura in short left center, he will glove that for the second out of the inning.
Great assertiveness there by Nomura. Had a great jump on that ball. Backpedaled it, called Catalano and Storino off en route to corralling it for the second out of the inning. Huge out there with Rochelle coming up now.
Yeah, following the back-to-back singles, it's good to get a weak contact out there, especially now with 2 outs and the lefty and Austin Rochelle coming up. First pitch from DiFiore is in there. Breaking ball for called strike 1. Oh, 0-1 is the count here to left fielder Rochelle. Lefty on lefty matchup between DiFiore and Rochelle. Fastball misses inside from DiFiore.
Don't expect the Saints runners to be active. Hine is on first, however, in front of it is Barbero, who only has 1 stolen base on the year compared to 2 caught stealings. So it kind of limits Haynes' ability to do anything.
The 1-1 delivery, and that paints the outside corner. Great pitch from DiFiore there.
Yeah, DiFiore absolutely froze Rochelle there, painted it beautifully on the outside corner, not giving Rochelle anything easy here.
Let's see what DiFiore goes with here with the 1-2 count, 2 on and 2 out. That one is fouled back into the netting by Rochelle.
Barely got a piece of that one. The ball comes flying back at the net. That's how you know you're late on that one.
Barely got the bottom of the baseball there, and he lives to see another day.
Yeah, watch DiFiore to go high heat here, potentially jamming Rochelle. He already has 1 strikeout on the game looking.
The 1-2 from DiFiore. Fastball cut on and missed by Rochelle. Great work there by DiFiore as they put up a 0 spot here in the top of the 7th.
DiFiore bended but did not break, Colin. That's great composure there by the grad student. Yep. Bottom of the 7th coming up. It's stretch time. However, we have Nomura, Bucciero, and Hibbert coming up. That's the Stags still look to take their first lead of the game. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cookfield as Chris DiFiore has a strong outing in the top of the 7th. 0 run score for the Saints. And now Luke Nomura is up for the Stags, and he is first pitch swinging and hits my car.
Did it actually?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Mom, if you're listening, the car's okay. It just hit the front hood of it. First pitch swing. Love to see the aggressiveness here from Nomura.
Should have parked at a different spot.
As the second pitch breaking ball is in there for strike 2. Connor Byrne, the freshman, is still on the mound for Siena. He will face basically the heart of the Fairfield lineup. The 0-2 delivery, that fastball misses high from Byrne.
Nomura got his first hit of the series last time up in the 5th with a Single that just was out of the reach of the shortstop Heen.
That one is grounded fair down the third base line. Nomura definitely looking for two here as that ball dies in foul territory. Nomura will have a lead-off stand-up double. Great piece of hitting there.
And he hasn't had his way in this series so far, but back-to-back hits, he is finding his groove, and no better spot to do it with a leadoff runner on second with nobody out, and the Stags are threatening.
Yeah, Stags are rolling now, and Nomura loves it as he does his little dance on second base after that double. Now bring up the right fielder, Matt Bushiero. First pitch at bat to Bushiero is an off-speed ball that lands in the zone for strike one.
Bushiero, 1 of 3 on today's game, has 2 strikeouts, 1 of the swing kind, 1 of the looking kind.
A lot of room between Figueroa and Bergamato, the second baseman and first baseman. If a ground ball gets through there, Nomura could score from second, as that close pitch is called a ball outside.
Outfield, especially Thornburn and Richelli playing really deep.
Respecting the power of Bushiero. That off-speed pitch is lifted down the right field line. Looks like it's going to end up in the Stags bullpen, and it will.
I believe we do have a name active in the Siena bullpen. We'll get you that as soon as we get that information. There's a dude fishing in the Stags bullpen. Not sure what he's doing. A little bit of bullpen shenanigans, if you will.
And that pitch is caught on and missed by Bushiero. That'll be his third time going down on strikes this game. That'll bring up Ethan Hibbert.
Burn almost has a 1-to-1 ratio, basically, when it comes to the strikeout to walk ratio. Nonetheless, nice job there getting ahead of Bushiero and then punching him out with that heat.
The power hitting catcher in Hibbert is now up with the runner in scoring position of Nomura. As he looks at a first pitch called ball high. Hibbert looking to do anything to get Nomura in. Hibbert is a power hitter, but he loves using the opposite part of the field. And that off speed, it misses again high. 2-0 is the count here. With the Stags MVP of the game on deck in Matt Bergevin. Here to Hibbert. As that pitch just misses outside of Hibbert. Great eye on him.
Hibbert more than likely not will be taking this pitch with the ever so dangerous Bergevin on deck. As Billy Rozakis, the junior southpaw out of Brooklyn, New York, is in the pen for Siena.
As Hibbert looks at the first strike of the at-bat, fastball basically down the middle to Hibbert.
Big gap right now between Figueroa and Bergamato. Outfield playing deep.
3-1 off-speed is in there for strike 2. Full count now here to the power hitting catcher in Hibbert.
Hibbert was hit by pitch last time up and scored on the Bergevin homer, trying to get on base for him once again.
That pitch is roped down the right field line, out of play, foul.
Little guy was never going to catch him.
No.
He's got the ball, though.
A lot of balls have gone into Rafferty Stadium here today.
One-man race.
3-2 again, plunks Hibbert for the second time of the game, and he is not happy about it. He wants to get in there and hit.
Feels like the Mets when it comes to hit by pitch and leading the league in that category every year. Hibbert's been plunked 3 times this series now. Nonetheless, the hottest hitter in the Stags lineup, Matt Bergevin. It is Matt Bergevin 4, Siena 4. Looking to give the Stags their first lead of the game, not before a mound visit here by the pitching coach.
Yeah, definitely just addressing him here, letting him know this is the guy who's done all the damage to us here today.
And a lot of Siena's staff is in their first year this year. Zach Breen, the pitching coach, Nolan Driscoll, the assistant coach and recruiting coordinator, Alex Scherzinski, the head coach, first season here in Siena, Jordan Bernasette, assistant coach first season, and Chris Hamilton, the first season and the director of playoff development. So it's a relatively new staff. So it's interesting to see how this team will respond to kind of honestly what is honestly based off what we just read a full turnaround of an organization.
Yeah, full turnaround, and they do have a lot of freshmen on the staff, especially as pitchers, as we've seen 2 so far here today.
Better to build the core sooner rather than later and see what you work with. It's a matter of developing those players into the next generation's stars.
And now with 2 runners on and 1 out, we have the dangerous power-hitting first baseman Matt Bergman, who's left the park twice today and 3 times this series. First pitch to that bat is an off-speed that misses way high.
Yeah, expect Byrne here to be sporadic with his command to Bergman, because if you leave a meatball over the plate, we've got a 7-4 ball game.
The 1-0, that is an off-speed that is in there for strike 1.
Full Bergman there. He was expecting the heat after being down 1-0. Nonetheless, Byrne gets him and as he draws even.
One's the count here with 1 out. Nomura on second, Hibbert on first. That is another off speed that misses high for ball 1.
So on a short there, Colin. Isn't that ball 2? Thought that was ball 2, but that's not. My bad.
I thought it was 2 because I said 1-1. That ball is looked at by Bergman in the lefty's batter's box for a called ball 2.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
3-1. I thought it was.
Yeah, no, our scorekeeper's sleeping. It's 3-1.
Yeah.
We have clarity. Courier gets the signal.
Stag's dugout's a little hot at that. Bergman's telling him to calm down. He says he's got this.
I think that's more on the scorekeeper's end for not paying attention.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we love Ivy. Not sure if it's Ivy on there, though.
And that fastball misses outside, and that will load the baseman for the second baseman in Zach Sellinger.
Double play ball is in play here. However, Sellinger just needs to get something in the outfield or over the heads of the infield to drive in a run and give the Stags their first lead of the game. However, the pitching coach, Jasinski, the head coach of Siena, will be making a move here. As it appears, the call of the bullpen will happen as Billy Rozakis will be checking in this call to the bullpen. So Byrne ends the game with 2/3 of an inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 22 pitches. Leaves the bases loaded as there is still only 1 out. We'll be right back as we're going to take a break here as Rozakis gets loose. Welcome back to Rafferty Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, on this brisk Saturday afternoon. I'm Aaron Jamison alongside Colin Lynch. The Stags have the bases loaded. 1 out. Zach Sellinger is coming to the plate. We just saw Bergman draw a walk. Colin, if you're Zach Sellinger right now, what are you thinking in that batter's box?
You're just looking for your pitch. You want to make the pitcher come at you. This is his first at bat, and he's coming in a tight situation with bases loaded. Never never a good feeling as a pitcher when you just walk in on the mound and the bases are loaded. One out here, so the Saints do have a double play everywhere, anywhere they can go. But a ball poked anywhere by Selinger. We saw it yesterday. He hit a looper over the shortstop that started the scoring with two RBIs. Just looking for Selinger to put the bat on the ball and put it through a gap anywhere he can.
Now Rosakis comes into the game with a 9.15 ERA, a 1-8 record in 10 games played, all 10 of those being starts. So this will be his first bullpen appearance. 34 strikeouts to 23 walks. Opponents have a 351 batting average against him.
So yeah, he's usually a starter, but he's coming into a game now with bases loaded. So this is nothing unlike he's done this year.
And Selinger does struggle with runners in scoring position as he is hitting at just a 167 clip this season. However, the opportunity seems ripe for the taking as the Stags have bases loaded with one out.
Yep. And now as we get back to Don and Chris Cookfield, it will be a lefty on righty matchup. Rosakis, the lefty, and Selinger, the righty. Corners are in for the Saints, as that first pitch is low for a called ball. And last thing you want to do as Rosakis coming into this game is to walk in a run here. Bergamatto, the first baseman, and Stenson, the third baseman, are both on the infield grass. As that pitch is laced and paints the inside corner for called strike one.
Yeah, he's going to want to keep the ball low here if you're Rosakis to potentially give a double play opportunity for your defense.
And that one is cut on and missed by Selinger, looking to give that one a ride.
Selinger's got to wait for his pitch here. He has drawn 23 walks on the season.
The 1-2 to Selinger. That one bounces in front of the plate, but handled well by Schwark. Counts even now, 2-2 to the second baseman, Selinger.
We saw shenanigans with a walk-off wild pitch in that first game of doubleheader versus Sacred Heart. Not trying to have that here if you're Siena.
And that one is cut on and missed by Selinger. Great off speed by Rosakis, and that will bring up the lefty left fielder Nick Storino, lefty on lefty matchup here.
Storino comes into this at bat 0 of 3. 2 flyouts and a ground out to first baseman unassisted. No bigger spot for him as of right now. Nomura's on third, Hibbert on second, Bergevin on first.
First pitch breaking ball paints the outside corner for strike one. Great pitch to lead him off there.
Tyler Kipp would be on deck if Storino is able to reach here.
Second pitch to that bat is a breaking ball, but in the other's batter's box, but handled well by Schwark.
Yeah, saved a run, honestly. That one was way to the left side of Schwark.
That one was almost out of the righty's batter's box. Now Bergamatto is playing back. Stenson still playing shallow at third base. As that fastball just misses the outside corner.
Yeah, from our angle, it appeared that cut to not enough of the plate on the left side. Nonetheless, a good pitch.
Yeah, I can definitely see the outside part of the plate on lefties well from this view up here.
Crowd went silent all of a sudden.
Yeah.
As did the whole diamond.
Looking for a pitch clock reset. Fourth pitch at bat. Just misses outside, and the Saints fans do not like it.
Similar spot to where the last pitch was. That one was called. He's had 2 consecutive balls, 3-1 here. Storino in the driver's seat.
And the pitch. That one hits the outer half, top of the zone, and the count is now full with 2 outs, bases loaded. Everyone will be moving.
Biggest at-bat of the game so far and biggest pitch.
And that is a breaking ball cut on and missed by Storino, and Rosakis is fired up coming off the mound.
That's great discipline there by Rosakis, fooling Storino with the off-speed. Storino visibly upset with himself.
Yeah.
We have a tied game as the Stags are held scoreless despite loading the bases. Top of the 8th coming up. Don't go anywhere. Living off a prayer, we are going into the top of the eighth. 4-4 is our score.
Chris DiFiore is still on the mound for your Fairfield Stags. He will face the first baseman in Bergamato, who looks at a first pitch called strike.
Siena fans questioning that one, as that was called a ball for Byrne in the last inning, according to them.
And that ball is laced into right field, fielded on one hop by Bushiero. Great piece of hitting by Bergamato there.
Bergamotto's been nothing but a nightmare for Stags pitching this series, as he's only gotten out one time. Doing it there once again with an opposite field hit, and Thorburns coming up to the plate.
Thorburn gets his sign from the third base coach. Let's see if they're playing a little small ball here. Thorburn can move really well, so don't be surprised if he lays down a bunt here. Bergamato gets his lead off from first. DiFiore, the lefty, looks him back. And the pitch. That is laced but foul down the left field line.
Yeah, certainly got great contact on that one. Just pulled it too much to the left there.
Yeah, he's kind of shaking his head. He's like, I just missed that one. Was just early for maybe a double there, putting Bergamato and him in scoring position.
Yeah, and we've seen that ball die in the left field gap, as evident by that Nomura double last inning. So if that ball finds left field, there's a possibility Bergamato scores.
The 0-1 from DiFiore. That one is right down the pipe for strike two. As Thorburn goes down quickly here, 0-2. Let's see what DiFiore works with here. Double play is in chance.
Would love one right now if you're DiFiore.
And the 0-2. That one's in the dirt but smothered by Hibbard. Quick ball change for the pitcher, DiFiore.
Have a lefty on righty matchup here. Run first, nobody out. 4-4. Top of the eighth.
DiFiore throws over to Bergamato. No tag by Bergman as he's back in there.
Bergamato not the biggest threat on the bases. Only 3 stolen bases on the year. 60% success rate. He does have a good lead at first, though, so interesting to see if he'd make a move.
That is a breaking ball that is swung on. And I don't know if he swung and that hit him. I think he swung and that hit him on the curveball.
I think they're going to call a foul ball. That gives Thorburn another chance.
Makes more sense with that.
Jammed him, though, to say the least.
Yeah. Had him looking silly.
Wonder if that caught Hibbert on the backswing.
Yeah. Nevertheless, it's 1-2 here from DiFiore to Thorburn. And the pitch. That is lifted high down the right field line. Bushiero's camping under it. Backpedals and catches the ball. Great play over in right field by Bushiero. That one was in the sky for a long time.
Yeah, Thorburn got under that one, skied it, which was up there for a while. Good composure there by Buchiero, not losing it in the sun for the first out.
So after the leadoff single, there's a put out in right field from Bushiero, and that will bring up the right fielder in Gunnar Melland. First pitch to that bat to Melland is in there on the inside part of the plate for strike one.
Melland on the game, 1 of 3, had a single in the third. Last time up, flew out to Catalano.
0-1's the count here. The delivery from DiFiore. That is swung and fouled back for strike two.
Good job by DiFiore here, getting ahead of Melland. Schwark on deck. Don't want to get the top of the order up here. You really can't if you're DiFiore. You got to get out of this inning sooner rather than later.
0-2 here. Let's see if he works the low zone here. Try and get a pitcher's best friend, a double play to get out of here. And the pitch. That is laced to center field, but Catalano's got a beat on it. 4 steps in, he makes the play. And Bergamato retreats back to first base.
Fortunate alignment there for the Stags. Catalano is playing shallower than he has been for majority of this game. Nonetheless, a proved beneficial as he was able to swoop in to get the second out.
Scouting report worked out there as now in steps the catcher in Willie Schwark. Sellinger shifted towards the left at second base, almost behind the bag, as Schwark is first pitch swing as he tips that into the mid of Hibbert. Bergamatto still at first base, being held on by Bergevin.
We do have an arm active in the Stags bullpen. Can't see from here, nonetheless. We'll try our best.
Second pitch to that bat just misses outside.
That guy in the bullpen for the Stags is number 30, Jack Urbeck, the grad student out of Scaleman, New Jersey. One of the better relievers for the Stags.
The 1-1 from DiFiore. That one just misses outside. DiFiore upset with himself. Hibbert telling him to calm down.
Now you just got to admit one pitch here to get even, and then you just got to give him your best. And Schwark only hitting .210 on the year, but you cannot underestimate him as he had that 2 RBI single in the fourth.
Yeah, anyone can put runs on the boards, and that is a cut and miss by Schwark, putting the count even here. 2-2, 2 outs with 1 man on, and Bergamatto at first.
And especially given how big college rosters are in baseball, particularly, every spot's earned in a lineup. You don't take one starting opportunity for granted.
And the 2-2 from DiFiore. That one is laced down the left field line, but foul by about 4 feet.
Schwark just was ahead of that one.
Yeah, Bergamatto was almost on second by the time that landed, and he could have maybe had a chance for home at that if it was fair. Count is still 2-2 to the fighting Schwark. And the pitch from DiFiore. That one is laced past the third baseman, Ferrara. And that will be a 2-out single, moving Bergamatto to second base.
Nice piece of hitting there by Schwark. Just got past the glove of Ferrara. Hit too hard for any chance there for Ferrara to get out. Would have been a difficult play if he had gotten the glove to the ball.
Great swing by Schwark, who did not get the start yesterday, but now has tallied his 2 hits today so far.
9-hole hitter Stenson coming up now.
DiFiore just sends him with the first pitch of the bat. That is hit foul out of play down the left side. Sellinger giving signs to the pitcher DiFiore and the catcher Hibbert.
Bergamatto on second. Schwark on first. Stenson at the plate. 2 outs.
The 0-1. That is cut on and missed. Great off speed there by DiFiore.
Yeah, Stenson was clearly thinking fastball with that early swing.
Yeah, Stenson really wants to put an RBI to his name here in the top of the 8th. Try and put the Saints up here going into the latter half of this game. That one is weakly dribbled over to second. Sellinger racing in on it. Gloves it, throws it over to Bergevin. That will get him out. Stenson not able to beat that one out.
Stenson really didn't hustle on that play, too, did he? He was watching the ball, I think, for far too long. He does have speed to his name. He's not the best hitter, however, is praised for his defense and agility. Interesting to see if some injury is bothering him, but
he might have thought
that's questionable because Sellinger, that ball was they had no chance at second.
Yeah, my only other thought would be he thought DiFiore was going to glove that and was just trying to first, but it seems like he's just still doing his little weak trot over to third base right now.
Fairfield leaves 2 Siena runners on base. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Tyler Kipp is due up. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here at Don and Chris Cook Field, where Chris DiFiore just threw a great top of the 8th inning. And Rosakis is still on the mound for the Siena Saints, and he will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Fairfield Stags. Tyler Kipp, the DH, is now up as he looks at a first pitch called ball outside.
Kipp 0-3 on the game so far. Can all be forgotten about here late if Kipp's able to get on base and ignite a rally.
Second pitch from Rosakis that is lifted foul down the right field line, out of play.
Tillman going to get another ball.
Yep. A lot of balls ending up in Rafferty here.
Fortunately, no lacrosse game today. Is last time I checked, the Fairfield men's lacrosse team ended their regular season on a dominant note, up 8-3. We'll get a scoreboard watch for there later.
Third pitch to that bat to the DH Kipp is inside for ball 2. Rosakis, the lefty, working out of the windup to the righty DH and Kipp. Fourth pitch to that bat follows the third pitch that is inside on the fastball. 3-1 is now the count.
Going back to men's lacrosse, congrats to the men's lacrosse team on a regular season finale. 18-8 victory.
And that ball is smashed in between third and short. No play could have been made by Stenson or Hine as that ball was ripped. Great 3-1 approach from Kipp there.
Yeah, and you love to see the aggressivity out of Kipp there, down or up 3-1. Normally, a lot of pitchers, as most of the Stags have done, honestly, sit back in that 3-1 count. However, Kipp did not take any chances, and he finds himself on base with a leadoff single.
Yeah, Kipp gets his leadoff single. He will be pitch run for the freshman Matt Lucier, and he will be taking over in the DH spot as now the lefty hitting center fielder Paul Catalano will step up to the plate.
Good move here. Kipp did his job. No, Lucier offers you more speed than Kipp did. He is in the designated hitter role, so it's the best spot to do it out of.
Catalano draws bunt, but that ball is high. The third baseman in Stenson was basically 10 feet in on the infield grass. Let's see if Catalano swings away here or draws bunt again. 1-0's the count, lefty on lefty matchup. As there's a throw over by Rosakis, and Lucier gets back in there safe.
Stags trying to play mind games, it feels like, especially Lucier, that far off the bag.
Yeah. Definitely messing with Rosakis' mind here a little bit, trying to fog him up a little bit. As there's another throw over, but Lucier gets back in there.
Not the first time we've seen a slew of throws go to first base for a particular runner, on both sides for that matter of fact.
The 1-0 to Catalano, he bunts that in the air, and that is gloved by the catcher and Schwartz. Last thing you want to do with a bunt is sky it. You got to have the bat angled downwards and put it on the ground any way you can. You cannot afford to pop up a bunt attempt.
Yeah, not ideal there by Catalano. Fortunately, that is just the first out for the Stags. Catalano visibly upset with himself. Farraga try to make up for it here.
Yeah. Let's see what Farrar, the leadoff man, can do here as he grounded into a fielder's choice.
Nonetheless, great play by Schwartz and the behind the batter's box.
Schwartz, that went about 10 feet up the third baseline. Schwartz, the catcher, threw off the mask and did a full layout dive to glove that one. Got to give my props there to him. Lucier still with a good lead off from first. And there's another throw over from Rosakis. Lucier gets back in there safely. 0-1's the count to Ferrara. And Ferrara will ground that to the third baseman, Stenson. Stenson over to Figueroa. Figueroa to first to Bergamato. And that is a 5-4-3 double play to end the bottom of the eighth, folks.
Yeah, not ideal there for the Stags. Ferrara chopped that one. That was a great job by Stenson to come to the ball rather than waiting it for Harry. That appeared to have made the difference in why that 5-4-3 double play was a 5-4-3 double play rather than a force out.
Yeah, and as the Stags start the inning with a leadoff single, they cannot do anything to rally behind it. But don't go anywhere, folks, for the top of the ninth is coming up. Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cookfield. I'm Colin Lynch alongside Andrew Jameson with WVOF Fairfield Radio. And we'll have the top of the order for the Saints due up with Jack Urbick, number 30, the grad student, now taking the mound for Fairfield, coming from Skillman, New Jersey. As there will be a discussion between the umpire, Ethan Hibbert, and Bill Currier, the coach of Fairfield University.
Looks like a trainer's gonna come out. Is there some?
It looks like they're taping up the catcher, Ethan Hibbert's finger. There might be some blood or something on it.
Need him to stay in the game.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Urbeck comes into today's game sporting a 1.56 ERA, a 1-1 record in 16 appearances, 2 saves on his record, holding opposing hitters to a 188 average.
Yeah, he'll be facing the 1-2-3 hitters here for the Siena Saints. Danny Barbera, the DH, leading off, and he's first pitch swing over to Nick Storino in left. He's got a beat on it, and he catches it and dives. Great first pitch out here for the Fairfield Stags.
That's a phenomenal read by Storino, who covered a lot of ground as that ball was sinking quickly. The defense has 3 errors on the day for the Stags, but Storino made up for it with a big play there.
Yeah, definitely want to make big plays, especially in the latter half of the game. That gets your defense, your pitcher's motivation skyrockets when you make a great defensive play because he knows that you have their back now.
Now stepping up for Siena is number 11, Randall Heen.
As Heen is also first pitch swing, but he lifts that foul down the right field side out of play into Rafferty. And about his 9th souvenir of the game.
Good for him. And right to the left of that, Emmett Tolis, the junior righty out of Madison, Connecticut, is getting loose for the Stags.
Hutton will draw a bunt and pull back as that one is in the other batter's box. Hine, small ball type guy. He's not the biggest guy on the team. He is the shortstop. Very crafty with good hands. Has drawn a couple bunts already today and yesterday. And the pitch, that is a nice breaking ball that loops in the zone from Urbick. 1-2 is now the count to the shortstop.
No, and he, not being the biggest power hitter, kind of has some leeway, especially with giving those types of pitches more toward the ideal hitter zone.
The 1-2 from Urbick. That one is in the dirt. Laid off from Baheen. 2-2 is now the count. We are even here in the bottom of the 9th. 4-4 is the score with 1 out, no one on. Urbick working out of the stretch with no one on. And the pitch from Urbick. That one is also low. Hibbert, the catcher, telling him to settle down a little bit. Collect yourself. Count is now full to the shortstop, Heen.
Last time up, he singled. Only his alone hit on the day, 104.
That was a looper over Bergevin. And that is a nice breaking ball by Urbick, looked at by Heen, who is kind of puzzled and not agreeing with the umpire on that. And that will be the 2nd out in the top of the 9th here.
Put that one on a frozen rope, Urbick did. Appears Heen, though, will be giving Rochelle advice as to the pitcher's approach. That's one of the underlooked aspects of baseball. Is you can gain a lot of insight from past hitters, especially with bullpen guys you really don't see a lot of.
Yeah, and with that strikeout from Urbick to Heen, that will bring up the second baseman, number 6, Tyler Figueroa.
Figueroa, the lone starter on the Saints today, yet to record a hit. Siena has 10 hits on the game. Fairfield, conversely, just 7.
The 1-0 from Urbick. That is a nice breaking ball that just misses inside. He's got really good break on his curveball there. Very loopy. That's what got Heen looking. The 2-0 goes to 3-0 now as that fastball misses high and inside. 3-0 now here.
Urbick's just got to find the zone. That's all he can do. Can't afford to lose him with Rochelle on deck.
And the pitch from Urbick. That one is in the dirt for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to bring up Austin Rochelle, the left-hitting left fielder.
Rochelle is just 1 of 4 on the game. However, leads the Saints in average hitting at a 319 clip this season with a 432 OBP. Certainly no one else the Saints would rather have with 2 outs here in the 9th.
Yeah, for sure. As a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside. A ball in the gap here, especially to right center with Paul Catalano, the center fielder. He is shaded well towards left center despite the lefty in Rochelle being up.
And Figueroa does have great speed on first base, 6 stolen bases on the year.
And that is cut on and missed. Looked like a changeup from Urbic that fooled Rochelle.
Yeah, after 5 straight balls, Urbeck goes back to his bread and butter with the off speed.
Zach Sellinger, the second baseman, has his heels on the grass, respecting the power of the lefty in Rochelle. And that was grounded to Sellinger at second. He knocks it down, gobbles it up, and throws it on to Bergevin for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Saints strand 1 here in the top of the 9th.
That was great composure there by Sellinger. Yep. You know, your main job as an infielder is first to get in front of it. Even if you bobble it, you still have a chance. Sellinger set himself up there for success in getting the out. Even with Rochelle running at full speed, Stags have a chance to walk it off here.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. For your Fairfield Stags are coming up in the bottom of the 9th. 4-4 is our score.
No better way to enter this bottom of the 9th than with some Ariana Grande from Andrew Jameson alongside Colin Lynch. Nomura, Buccio, and Hibbard are due up. Brazaki's still going strong on the mound, has 1.12 innings pitched so far, only given up 1 hit with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, Siena's looking to ride Brazaki's out as long as they can, as he's been their bread and butter since getting in this game. And that first pitch fastball is looked at by Nomura for a called strike 1.
Nomura came into this series not having the best one through his first 2 at-bats, but has 2 straight hits, a single and a double in the 7th.
As the second pitch at-bat is grounded off Nomura's ankle, foul. 0-2 quickly here to the shortstop and Luke Nomura.
That's a very big gap in between Thorburn and Melland in center and right field. If this ball gets over the head of Figueroa, you could expect 2, maybe even 3 bags for Nomura.
The 0-2 from Mazaki's just misses outside to Nomura. 1-2 is now the count. Rozaki's working out of the windup. The 1-2 breaking ball is looked at by Nomura for a called strike 3. You wish you could get your leadoff man on base, but Rozaki's has just been really good since entering this game.
Yeah, and Rozaki's is setting the tone early in counts, getting ahead of hitters. Has not allowed a walk yet. 3 strikeouts. He's doing his part in keeping the Saints in the game.
And now there's a time called by the ump, as I think Rozaki's did not look in at the umpire to say he is ready.
That will be a ball, so it is 1-0.
Because he already got a warning in previous innings. That would be 1 ball now to start the at-bat to Bucciero as Rozaki steps off for a brief moment.
Someone called it ridiculous.
The 1-0 to Bucciero, that is dribbled off the end of the bat by Bucciero down the first base line, gloved by Bergamatto and stepped on first for the 2nd out of the inning.
Hibbard coming up now with 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. This is the scenarios that everyone loves to imagine and loves to take part in the backyard. Hibbard trying to be the hero for the Stags today.
Yeah, and who not better to step up to the plate right now than Ethan Hibbert, other than Matt Bergman, who's been hot all series.
Well, he has had 2 hit by pitches in his last 2 at bats. Hopefully, he can get some contact here.
As that first pitch fastball is in there and looked at by Hibbert for a called strike 1.
No runs have been scored since the bottom of the 6th, where Bergman tied it with his second 2-run homer.
And that breaking ball is had nice loop action on it, and that falls in the zone, and Hibbert falls 0-2 quickly here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Let's see what Rozaki's goes to here, the fastball or the off-speed. He goes off-speed, and Hibbert sends that to the shortstop, and Hine gloves it on a backhand, throws it over to Bergamot at first, and that beats Hibbert by just half a step.
That's a phenomenal inning by Rozaki's, who honestly has been the MVP of this game for Siena. We've got free baseball coming up here at Alumni Diamond, a.k.a. Don and Chris Cook Field. We will be back shortly for extras. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks. Here we are now in the top of the 10th. Yes, that is right. Extra innings here at Alumni Diamond. Don and Chris Cook Field, where Jack Urbick is still on the mound, and he will face the first baseman in Bergamatto to lead off the top of the 10th as Bergamatto looks at a first pitch breaking ball called ball.
Urbeck trying to hold the Saints at bay here, keep them scoreless for a 6th consecutive inning.
And that breaking ball just misses outside for a called ball, too. Urbick steps off.
Can only help him, giving him time, already down 2-0, try to get his groove back and get in rhythm.
Wind's blowing out towards right field at the moment, folks, as Bergamatto grounds that towards the Saints dugout. 2-1's the count here to the first baseman, Bergamatto.
Do have an arm in the Stags' pen, getting loose, actually 2 of them.
The 2-1 delivery. That is a breaking ball that loops towards the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Really great break on that pitch there by Urbick.
Yeah, Bergamatto has not been an easy out. If you can get him out here, that would do confidence greatly, but Thornburn you cannot underestimate either.
The 2-2, that misses low on the breaking ball. Count is now full here at Don and Chris Cook Field. No outs here in the top of the 10th. 4-4 is your score. And the delivery from Urbick. That is a breaking ball that is cut on and missed. That'll be the first out of the inning as the Stags try and throw the ball around, and it'll end up in left field to Starfino.
That's only 1, though, Colin. You got 2 more to go. Yeah. Considering every starter has a hit except Figueroa, you got to take it 1 batter at a time, and you have to focus on the present with Thornburn, stepping up now.
Yeah, each pitch this half inning is definitely crucial for Urbick. He wants to get ahead and get them down, as that fastball just misses high to the center fielder in Gavin Thornburn. 1-0 here to the center fielder. As that breaking ball misses inside as another ball randomly appears on the field somehow.
Houdini trick.
I bet it was that kid.
Where is he? He is nowhere near.
Yeah. Oh, that ball probably came from the Stags bullpen.
Speaking of loose balls, our own Colin Lynch caught one the other day during a weekday game. So shout out to him versus that game against Central Connecticut State.
As the third pitch to that bat is skied out of play down the right field side into Rafferty. Two ones the count now. One out here. Urbic versus center fielder in Thorburn. And that breaking ball hits the plate, and the count will be in the hitter's favor at 3-1.
Gunnar Meeland will be on deck for the Saints.
And the 3-1 delivery, that is peppered in there for a called strike two. Fastball right down the pipe. If there's a pitch to hit, that is the one.
Yeah, when pitchers are down, they go to their heat, and Urbeck did just that there.
The count is now full here to Thorburn. Let's see what he goes to. Now in his sky down the right field line, sort of in a death triangle. Let's see if Boucher calls him off, and he does, and he will put this one away for out number 2.
And that death triangle, more often than not, you wouldn't think, but that ball tends to drop. Good communication there in the Stags, particularly on Bouchero's end, to call everyone off for the second out.
Yeah.
That would have been bad if they let, especially in extra innings where everything's heightened, it feels like.
Yeah,
Well, not it feels like, it definitely is.
Yeah, for sure, definitely heightened, and Boucher taking charge out there as he has say over the infielders on the fly balls. And with that put out, that'll bring up the right fielder, number 3, Gunnar Mellon, as he has started off with a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1. One O's the count to the right fielder Gunnar Mellon, and that he follows it up with another breaking ball, and that one lands in the zone this time. Count is now even at 1-1.
No runs in the past 3 innings. Not trying to jinx anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just stating the facts.
That fastball is chopped to Farrar at third on one hop. Farrar pats the glove, throws it over as on a dart to Bergman. That will be a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 10th.
Extra innings, you need outs. Urbeck got 3 of them in 3 batters. Can't ask for much more. Phenomenal outing once again so far from Urbeck. We're going to the bottom of the 10th. Stags have another opportunity to walk it off. Bergevin will be leading off for the Stags, hoping to ignite a rally. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, folks, here to Don and Chris Cook Field. We are underway in the bottom of the 10th. Billy Rozakis, the junior left-hander, is still on the mound for the Siena Saints, but he's got to face the bulk of Fairfield's lineup here with Matt Bergevin, Zach Sellinger, and Nick Serino coming up. As Bergevin, his first pitch swing, he ropes that down the left field line, and that'll be a first pitch single for Bergevin, who's had himself a great game. He gets the dugout going right now.
It's not a homer, but it's something. We get it going. Bergevin with the first pitch hit, a rope into the left field, drops in front of Rochelle for a hit. That's a great start. Sellinger looking to add on here.
Yeah, nothing you can love more. And as you see now, the third baseman, Kobe Stentz, is on the grass as the Stags are looking to get Bergman over and in any way they can.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah, that is a great fastball. It definitely had some zip on it on the inside part of the plate to Sellinger for strike one. Really nice pitch. You can hear the seams going from here.
Dotted that one, too.
He goes back to the fastball on Sellinger, and Sellinger fouls that back into the backstop.
Stags have not been good, to say the least, with runners on today. Just 2 of 14. Siena, conversely, 4 of 20. So neither team ideal.
As that breaking ball does not break, ends up way high. Schwarwick had to go stand up to get that one. 1-2 is now the count to the second baseman, Sellinger, with the first baseman and Bergman taking his lead at the moment. And the pitch, that is roped past the second baseman Figueroa, and that'll be back-to-back singles here to start the bottom of the 10th for the Fairfield Stags.
Sellinger was down that count, but did not panic. Roped that one past the second baseman Figueroa. Stags are cooking with second and first, nobody out.
Definitely could be a bunt right here. We got J.P. Kuzik now coming to the plate in place of Nick Storino, the left fielder.
Storino is 0 of 4 on the game. Hopefully Kuzik gives them a fresh bat, who actually had that walk-off force out, if you want to call it that, in that first game of a doubleheader versus Sacred Heart. More likely than not, Kuzik is good. This will be his sole at-bat of the contest, as he is primarily a catcher for the Stags, so there will be a defensive substitution if we go into the top of the 11th.
Yeah. Bill Currier, the head coach and third base coach, is giving his runners and the hitter, J.P. Kuzik, signs at the moment. As it seems to be Kuzik swinging away as that first pitch is high and outside. Maybe they're not just drawing it on the first pitch to switch it up, and might draw on the second one here as Kuzik looks to signs from the coach, Bill Currier.
Matt Lucier, the freshman, will be on deck as he is in the batter's box for his first at-bat of the game if Kuzik doesn't do anything here.
And Rosakis will step off and look Bergman back at second, but not throw.
Shortstop and second base. Shortstop much closer to the bag than the second baseman is. You have to hope for a double play ball here, as Bergamatto is playing very shallow. I don't think a suicide squeeze is in play, but it could be.
Kuzik is swinging, does the worst thing possible. He skies it in the infield. It is dropped, and the runners will advance. Bergman will go to third, and Sellinger to second on the dropped ball by the second baseman, Figueroa. I did say is the worst thing that could happen, but the runners advance somehow on a routine pop-up.
So for Siena, that was the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
For Fairfield, that ball got away from Figueroa. That's his second error of the game. That's a costly one, as we now have bases loaded.
So that was in fact an infield fly because there was a man on second and first, but since the ball was dropped, the runners could advance right after.
Okay, so let's clarify. Third and second, 1 out. Matt Lucier at the plate. It was an infield fly to Figueroa, so Kuzik is out. However, the runners advanced on the error by Figueroa.
Yep.
So Lucier is now pinch hitting for Kip.
Single does it. Ball in the outfield does it. And that is skied out of play, down foul, might hit a Jeep, and it goes right in front of it.
No, the Jeep's still going.
Yep. Jeep's still living. We'll have to check. We'll have to assess my car damage after this game.
I think you're fine.
0-2 is now the count here. Lucier in protect mode. All we need is a poke here from him. All the infielders are in. The outfield is also pretty shallow. And that one goes behind the catcher in Schwark. And Bergman will score and end the game on a wild pitch. The Stags walk it off on a wild pitch yet again here at Alumni Diamond.
So there was no contact. However, you don't need contact to win baseball games necessarily. It's one of those weird things, but the Stags win. 5-4 is your score. The Stags were out hit. It felt like, for the most part, Siena had all the momentum, especially in the early end. It was scoreless through the 7th inning up until now. However, the Stags come away and have taken the first 2 in this series.
Yep.
Colin, what a game.
Yeah, just a great breakdown right away. We the Stags were down early 4-0 going into the bottom of the fourth. Matt Bergman had to put the team on his back, hitting two two-run homers, one in the bottom of the fourth and one in the bottom of the sixth. And there was no score since then until the bottom of the 10th.
Definitely a gut-wrenching loss for Siena. However, with that win, Fairfield moves to 12-2 in the MAC, 22-20 overall. Siena drops to 8-31, 4-10 in the MAC. The finale of this three-game set will take place tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. From WVOF Sports, we thank you for listening on YouTube. I'm Andrew Jameson. He's Colin Lynch. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.